All right, they can hear us now.
Hello.
Chat, how are you doing today?
Uh-oh. Unfamiliar voice to everybody. Except kind of familiar.
Not
If
the
you
stranger
watch
danger.
our videos every other week, typically you will hear my voice.
Stranger danger, everybody.
Chat, Ethan, chat.
Hello.
All right, let's actually show everybody's face.
Ronald, Michael, how y'all doing today? What we have for you today is MH3 Commanders.
Yep.
And we're starting with this one because this one's weird.
This
This
part
one's
is
cool.
weird.
I
And
love it.
cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do this one because if you watched our tier list video for Zerscale that we did, this one was one that I was constantly like, I need to see this one in play and understand what it is doing.
It has a 4, by the way, just for
Wait,
everybody.
hold up. You give it a 4?
It's a 4 because we don't know what the hell it's doing.
It's doing cool things. Give it at least a 6. Come on.
Nah.
I raised Joe better than this.
Like,
Cool explosive red things get 6. Sure.
we
Yeah.
said...
Don't be mad, that's where Ashton's at.
I'll give you on that one, but that one probably should be a 7 after you brew it a little bit. But that's me knowing how to build those decks.
That'll look more.
Oh, and there he goes.
You lost him!
Yeah!
Get out of here!
He's gone! Woo!
This autofocus moving my camera over really threw me off. Well,
anyway.
hey, Matt, lucky for you, I'm here to help fill it in silence.
Thank goodness Ethan is here.
Yep,
All right, Ethan, so let's start this off correctly with 36 waste.
that a man of culture.
Look, we don't need red pips where we're going.
Oh, his PC just died. That's nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Has this past 4 weeks just been the worst PC troubles for our entire channel as a whole? I think in total.
Yeah. Wait,
Because you're having issues
I had
as of
issues.
yesterday. My PC died about a month ago, and I just got rebuilt last week, or a week and a half ago. And that was after my motherboard died, and then I got a new motherboard, and the graphics card caught on fire after I plugged that in. It was just a fun few weeks.
yeah, it's been kind of a nightmare for SmoothBrain, honestly, as a whole.
Yeah. So something's just going around. And it's not sexy times.
I wish it was. That'd be nice.
All right.
All right.
Herigast.
All right, Ethan. How ham are we going?
As ham as we can go.
Okay, dockside it is.
That's at least my opinion. I want to get this thing more than a 4. I don't think you really need dockside to get it there.
Oh, I don't think you do either. I'm just asking how ham we're going. There's a difference. Oh, and now the cameras are completely off.
Woo!
Woot, woot.
I just love that, don't you?
Don't worry, guys. When
At least
Jason
I'm
rejoins, it'll be
alive.
back.
All right, you're the one that's bisected.
Yep. As soon as Jason rejoins, we'll be okay.
Difficulties. Well, we'll see if Jason makes it back. But in the meantime, are we just doing big Eldrazi here, or are we doing big artifact creatures, or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I think in that case, it gives everything a merge. Each creature cost.
So I
That's
do
neat.
want to put the Great Distortion in here.
Yes. I can see Butcher Truth also being a good option because that draws cards as well.
Mm-hmm.
Going into red a little bit, if we're just doing kind of best creatures overall, Combustible Gear Hulk, I would say, is another one that is another draw 3. And with it being full of high-costed creatures, your opponents are either smoking a lot of crack, or they're going to let you draw 3 cards.
I think you're drawing 3 in this deck.
Typically, I agree. Other ones, Terror of the Peaks, probably just another great one, because that turns every single creature you just go into straight damage.
A card I really like is actually Jaxus here.
Yeah, Jaxus just lets you
Create
double
an
up
exact copy of the token of the creature,
Mhm.
and then you can
Are we-
sacrifice that to emerge.
If we're doing a red token copy, are we Feldon in the 3rd path level?
No, I think we're specifically. Oh,
Hello.
incoming.
Hello.
Things happened. Figuring stuff out. Getting stuff launched again. Apologies.
Jason, you're not supposed to copy me my PC problems, all right? We've already had enough of those the past month.
Like we
I do
almost
what I
didn't have a
want.
stream tonight. Like,
We were gonna have a good time, and then my PC said, "But what if we didn't?" All right, let me get stuff back on here.
let's see. Chat. Any suggestions? Feel free to say them.
Hey, Jason's back.
He's back.
Hello.
I still find it
Apologies
funny
for that.
how I'm the only one with the room clean enough to actually want to show it off right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, you're the only one who's gonna have that.
I just moved, all right? It's still clean right now. This is the one room that's actually looking nice.
Look, I just got 2 new monitors, and I haven't taken the boxes and broke them down yet. So
Gotcha.
All right. So, what direction have we decided to go with this commander?
we're
here?
going big dumb things.
big, dumb, and things. Okay.
The ad list has been 36 wastes because we're men of culture.
Of course.
Dockside because Matt is Matt.
Already then.
And Kozilek, Terror of the Peaks, Jaxus, and that's been the order. And I just said something about adding Felden in to the list as well. If we're going to kind of copying big things, let's just rebuy, and then those tokens we can emerge because those tokens are exact copies that have the mana value.
Sure. Okay. 2 questions then. Do we want to do, how many colored pips are we concerned about with the deck? Are we trying to go lean more towards colorless so that we can just scale up pretty quickly? Or are we wanting to lean more towards playing colored pips using Herigast cost reduction there so these spells functionally become colorless?
These are valid questions.
These are valid questions. We want other cheat effects like Ilharg or Sneak Attack. Good question.
I definitely like Sneak Attack.
I
think that one's great.
A little harder with the double red pips on that one. I like Cityscape Leveler a lot.
Are the double red pips actually that hard to work with? Like,
I don't think it is. We're in mono
if we're trying to
red.
chain things together is the only thing. Are we? Let's take it back another layer. Is this value creature play big thing, big swings, die, or is this mono red creature storm?
that's what I'm asking.
Good question, Ethan.
Because we can do this. You can do this as an artifact brew where you're going very heavy on affinity and related effects to try to reduce those costs, and then you can functionally give other creatures affinity as a result for that.
That's pretty hot.
Also,
That's pretty hot.
Yeah, you can do this as we're just playing the big dumb spells, so we don't really care if the thing dies, so long as we're ramping up into big game-ending effects like our big Eldrazi. However, this is also Commander, so there's a little bit difficult on it. Also worth noting that colorless mana is its own thing, which has to pay its own.
That's
Sure, don't worry. Our Soul Ring, and our utility lands will cover that.
Guys, we just played Cathodian, and then Suchi Cave Guard, right?
Yeah.
Suchi Cave Guard is the 8-drop one, right?
Yeah, that it is. So what's the 9-mana artifact? You, Mike or Wolfsbane, you were referring to Portal to Phyrexia. However, it is worth noting that this. So we did read out Herigast, right?
No.
No.
We should probably read the commander
so,
we're brewing.
Herigast, 9 mana for a 6/6 legendary creature, Eldrazi dragon. It has Emerge for 6 generic and 2 red, so you can cast a spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the Emerge cost reduced by that creature's mana value. When you cast a spell, you may exile your hand if you do draw 3 cards. It has flying, and each creature spell you cast has Emerge. The Emerge cost is equal to its mana cost. So, the goal here would be to functionally get free sack outlets by sacrificing small creatures that we don't care too much about in favor of getting larger creatures at a slightly reduced rate. You kind of get to invest your mana up front and get really far ahead on your mana, and then. But the other thing is, Herigast has this slight awkward point where it's like, I really want to do that ahead of time and then cast Herigast to reload, but I gotta cast Herigast, reload, and then do that. So there's a little bit of tension there.
There's a lot.
At least with Herigast, if you just play a value turn 3, turn 4 creature, it turns into casting Herigast pretty early on. That's
Yeah.
where I kind of like the idea of playing Cathodian and cards like Priest of Urbrask.
Oh yeah, Priest of Urbrask
it-
100% in the deck.
I think Cathodian also helps. It's just, again, it's turns a 3-drop into a 6-drop. It is a ritual, and I love rituals.
Yeah, I think Cathodian's good here.
Mhm.
I don't know if Suchi Gabe is actually good, but it's in there right now. Suchi
well, I mean,
is,
you'd probably just do actual Suchi, right?
I was gonna say Suchi. I'm not sure how you guys feel about putting reserveless cards in,
I don't
but
mind.
okay, then Suchi.
I mean, we already practically have one here. It costs the same.
It does.
Yes. No denying that.
So again, the question is like, all right, how deep down the Eldrazi train are we going? For example, like on the big man, are we Ayavugan and Eldrazi Temple levels of down the Eldrazi train, or are
No, but I'm
we?
slapping a Defiler in here because it's funny.
That's fine. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That card wins games.
I think one thing I want to focus on, like that one, Ayavugan is good. It does make our commander always costs less, essentially negating out command tax the first time. That's always nice. Though I guess that emerge cost always does help with the command tax too. So that's pretty sick.
I think we should
Lugan's
put this
Labyrinth
card
also.
in.
I particularly actually like Lugan's
Oh,
Labyrinth in here because if you do have a 7-drop to put underneath it, you can play a land drop, store it away, cast Herigast, exile the rest of the cards in your hand, draw 3 cards, and you still get your best card afterwards.
You know what?
Totes gnarly, dude.
Let's just go colorless.
Skitterbeam Battalion is insane here.
That one,
Yes.
it should be already in the deck. Let's fix that real quick.
Chris, I don't know if you know about this synergy as well. Not only do you get 3 9 mana value idiots to sack, but if you do the prototype cost, all of the other ones have the same mana value as it. So now you have red pips for your emerge costs.
Oh.
Yeah. Skitterbeam is insane. See, this is my question. How much do we want to go down the route? Will we play Mirror Enforcer? And I guess there's 2 better ones to play with Sojourner's Companion and Frogmere Enforcer.
Yep. New card is new card.
I think
Yeah,
Frogmere is one word.
Yeah, Frogmere is one word.
Don't worry. It's great.
We got it.
Moxfield picks up where we fail. Sandstone Oracle. I like anything we can do that has card advantage on a creature. I kind of want to focus on. So we can either, if you take it more of a storm route or whatever, playing a value Sandstone Oracle, refill your hand to find a better card to then emerge out. Just sounds like a decent play there.
I like it.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind.
Are we playing the other codes like the new one, Broken Reality?
No.
I mean,
Assertion, put your true.
You
Yeah,
draw 4 cards,
Sure.
so does that one.
and you're playing a lot of colorless cards as well.
I'm just so low on that card. But
I'm not denying it's not great, but this is probably one of the better decks to play it in. You know.
So Chris has recommended Stalking Vengeance. That one might go in. Vial of Galadriel, that is also an interesting recommendation. I'm not sure if I would play Vial of Galadriel. Vial's not terrible.
yeah, File isn't bad here.
No, it's not bad. It's just it only goes to face is my issue with Stalking Vengeance, but it's also like it's probably fine. Ooh, Anger's spicy here. You actually don't mind casting Anger.
Anger is pretty good. Speaking of haste enablers, Perforos Bronze Blooded also gives you that sneak attack effect, but also that is red
PU.
creature card.
It's not for Feroz, it's per Feroz.
Yep. Don't worry.
You got it. Bronze Blooded.
They got us.
It only being red creatures or artifact creatures means our big Eldrazi we can't sneak in with it. So it makes it a little awkward.
I like the Worm Coil here.
Worm Coil's pretty nice. Nullspine Dragon is another card that gives card advantage.
Dragon. What's that one?
Knoll.
Okay.
Oh, Null. Null
Yes.
Spine.
You
Okay.
said
Nullspine
Null, and I
from-
was like, okay.
Null.
Null.
I don't word well. You know this.
This is the one that like ETB discard your hand.
Wolfsbane. Do you mean Triplicate Titan when you say 9 mana Worm Coil engine?
Yes.
Okay.
Triplicate Titan. There's also the Encore one. I can't remember the name of.
Phyrexian
Triniform. That's a potential one that we could play.
Are we going deep with like Rekindling Phoenix? That feels too cute, personally.
That seems way too cute.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go Rekindling Phoenix. I'm trying to think of other recursive small creatures. Merge a different creature through Herigast, then recast the Ghast for the card.
Just kind of loop it through Herigast. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the things I like about Herigast is being able to reset it and then just replay. I guess it does also have the convenience of random 9-drops. Then you can just sacrifice Herigast to get the 9-drop into play, and then recast Herigast for just the commander tax after sacrificing said 9-drop if it has a death trigger that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one.
Death and ETB, more specifically.
Like that one.
How do you feel about Conduit of Ruin?
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
It's probably okay.
Forsaken Monument and Cage Sun for mana doubling. I like the Forsaken.
Do we need to... Forsaken Monument, I think, is fine. But
we're casting colorless spells anyways, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's relevant point of, like, Forsaken Monument versus, like, Gauntlet of Power, Gauntlet of Might, right? They do functionally the same thing, although obviously this one's specifically for the colorless spells, whereas the other ones are for mountains. That does speak to what type of mana base are we going to do. Are we going to lean heavy on a colorless mana base, or are we going to lean heavy on a red mana base?
That's a good
I
don't know if we
want to
get
say
to
more on
split
a
it.
red mana base is my gut feeling here.
Okay.
So something like an extra planar lens plus a Gauntlet of Power?
Yeah.
That feels more correct to me. We're
Get the
playing
heralds
colorless
in.
creatures, but I'm not sure if we need to focus on the colorless aspect. Orthian Hero Lava Brink also is, I think, reasonable for just about doubling, and then it's just like a late mana sink.
Yeah. Orthion's okay. Jaxus is a little bit better for same effect.
I will agree with that.
Yep.
I honestly don't love either of them that much, but I don't think I would cut them. At least not yet.
I don't know that you cut Jaxus, and specifically it's sacrificed. It's a ritual plus an extra draw on top of whatever the thing does when it dies.
Let's get Cavern Horde Dragon in here.
Cavern Horde's good. Ruin Grinder is also another card advantage one.
I'll take a Drakuseth in here.
A lot of red pips to get out, so it's not really easy to emerge, but it does pay for every emerge cost ever with those red pips.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's paying for those costs.
Maybe.
I kind of want something that leaves things behind wherever possible. Like, that's part of the reason why I like Cavern Horde Dragon as well, because, like, you can still just swing in with the Cavern Horde Dragon, get your tokens, and then you can sacrifice it when you're done with it. So I'm not sold on the idea of, like, Drakuseth. It is nice, though.
We already have the Stalking Vengeance in the deck, don't worry, guys.
Yeah. Stalking Vengeance is here for now. I do think that's one of the ones that's kind of on the chopping block, because it's only as you start, like, chain emerging things will it really be doing something impactful, and it's only going to face. It is not removal.
Yep.
Threatened effects. Threatened effects are an excellent point.
When you say threatened effects, remind me what that means exactly.
Active treason.
I was just about to say, like, multi-primordial and zealous conscripts.
Yeah.
Why is that called a threatened effect? That's a steal effect in my mind.
Because the original card was threatened, if I remember correctly.
Well, that was out before I was born, probably.
Yeah.
I'm a young lad, right?
What's the point, friend?
Conquering Manticore. What the hell does this do?
Conquering Manticore?
Conquering Manticore. That's a weird one.
HP escapes the target creature and controls it in turn.
Read for the class, friend. If you're gonna read.
It's a 6-drop 5/5 flying. Whenever it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn.
Just a big thing with threaten on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we probably play
smaller
more
things
than
with threaten
Primordial.
on them?
I mean, Multi-Primordial is definitely one. Zealous Conscripts is another
Yeah.
one that I think probably definitely get played. Primordial, that double red pips does help with the emerge
Yeah.
cost quite a bit as
Furbeck
well.
Furbolg Flautist is one of the options as well. If you want like Molten Mastercore, for example.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the
sorry, not Molten
Multi-Primordial
Mastercore, Conquering Mastercore. Molten Primordial, different cards. Do not want actual factual active treason.
No.
I would much rather work with something different, even if it's like the 1 mana version of that effect. That
Blast
only
Furnace
gets 3
Hellkite
drops or
does
less.
win games for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
Blast
love that.
Furnace Hellkite, that's a fun one. I am a big fan of Blast Furnace Hellkite. Not sure if it actually goes in this deck, but I like it.
Yeah, it would help if I.
Furnace, not Fernance.
Don't worry.
There you go.
It would help if I hadn't worked multiple hours of the day on limited sleep.
Yeah, I feel
Right.
you.
Been in the trenches of actual coding, not.
The trenches of here to give a problem.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the EDH trick page while I'm doing this. Just trying to find some things. Red token creators making token copies of things is not bad here.
Mhm.
So, like, Ye Old Molten Duplication, Twin Flame, and those effects. The big benefit of that.
We don't have Artisan to Kozilek. That just seems like an absolute definite include to me.
Oh, sure. Artisan's great.
And then at Sushi, the Blazing Sky, also card advantage or ramp.
If we're going 14 win cons and just add insurrection. Yeah, I mean, so there's some things here that it's like really important to note on Herigast is you want mana, but you don't want lands,
Mhm.
which is a really awkward point of this deck, where it's like you would have to keep trying to like cast and recast Herigast over and over and over as your plan for into the late game, as opposed to oh, that does have a nice art. Neat. Sorry, just getting out to the awkward point of this commander where like you need things to be going right, but if things aren't going right, you just have a bunch of spells stuck in your hand that aren't doing anything. But you need to have spells as opposed to lands so that when things are going right, you just keep drawing more gas and not more lands. Because your creatures aren't sticking around is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things are fleeting.
Do we want Flair of Loyalties in here as well as a big threat and effect?
Flare of Loyalty. What is that?
That's the 10-drop one from the Eldrazi Precon from Commander Masters.
Oh, Flare of Loyalties.
Flair.
So you just gain control of a thing when you cast it?
Mhm.
Nah, I'm good, Chief.
You're good, Chief.
It's 10 mana to take control of one thing to annihilate for a turn.
Wonderless.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. It's just not great. Do we have Sad Salmon here?
No. We should.
We should. Absolutely should have that. Sundering Eruption. Which one's Sundering Eruption? Is that the new land? That is the new MDFC.
I like it.
Or no, it's not. What is this?
Yeah, it is.
No, it is the MDFC. Okay, sorry. I thought I recognized the art for something else. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like, I think just playing the MDFCs are good, although we do have, correct me if I'm wrong, Gauntlet of Power, Gauntlet of Might specifically say we want mountains?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Extra planar
Or is it
land
just a
specifically.
land?
It's specifically
same-
basic land of chosen color.
Basic land. Okay, so we don't really want MDFCs
Mhm.
in this deck.
And we're playing Gauntlet Power, correct?
Yeah, we're still, like, I still think we're in Ugin's Labyrinth and Eldrazi Temple deck. I don't know if we're an Ayabugan deck. We might be an Ayabugan deck. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Do we run Cage
Do we
Sun?
run Cage
probably
Sun?
should.
I don't think we need it. Like that one's 6 mana. 6 mana for doubling my mana still feels awkward. Because like, I'm still trying to think of this in the context of what I'm going to see in normal Magic. Because I'm telling you now, the way we're building this deck right now, if you were playing this in 2014 Magic as like before, yeah, this would work perfectly fine as a 2014 deck. As a present day deck, this feels like a solid 3-4 to me.
Yep.
Like, I'm not quite seeing like the thing that really sticks out to me as Herigast being really, really powerful.
Its effect is super powerful. It's just, what do you do with it?
Right.
So.
So, like, what else can we do with this that would be... Okay, Kiki-Jiki's a good option here. We can always just be a Kiki-Jiki Zealous Conscripts deck, because we like having both of those cards in the deck for value.
Mm-hmm. Just if you oops into it, you oops into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we get there, we get there. Forsaken Monument is better than Gauntlet if you keep adding colorless creatures. Okay, so Chris, the thing is though, like, we can either play Gauntlet, which only works for the colorless sources, right? Which, to be fair, it works for a lot of colorless sources, but we still have a significant number of red pips here, because we haven't gone down the route of removing the red pips. Or we can go down the way of making the red lands better, so that they both facilitate the colorless and the red pips. But that requires us to play a heavy mountains deck. And while I do like the Forsaken Monument for a lot of things, I'm not sure about that. I mean, we also could just sit here and be like, yeah, the answer is just Forsaken Monument plus Basalt Monolith, and now we're just recasting Herigast infinitely because that's we have a colorless commander. Or a commander that can be cast purely colorless.
That's pretty hot.
The arena, is that the new arena from the new set, Arena of Glory, I assume?
Arena of Glory, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good enough, fine enough utility land to play when we're trying, because we got to keep in mind, we do want to be heavy on basics.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Our deck does want to be heavy on basics due to both of these mana accelerants that we have.
But I think that's one of those, if there's one that we're going to, like, add in, that's a pretty dang good one. Just giving something haste is pretty good. So...
Are we industrial advancement-ing? This is a card I just found that exists as of 2 seconds ago.
What does that do?
At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's mana value. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Sorry, a random order. I can read.
Yes.
Yep.
Neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say that's actually one of the cards that now makes me go like, okay, now we're cooking with gas, right? Like, we
Fun
want
fact,
that.
only 6% of decks scored EDH play that card.
I mean, I don't see that as an unreasonable choice. It's a really obscure one, and also, it wouldn't necessarily be in every build of it, but this is one of the cards that I'm definitely looking at. Like, that's a legitimate reason to be playing this specific type of deck.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't get to keep all of our creatures, we might as well make sure that we get big ones and we get to keep getting big ones.
Yeah.
Ragavan has haste.
Ragavan does have haste. And it does help with ramp. It is mono red ramp.
Mm. No, I don't disagree. Ragavan's a monkey.
Are we playing
It's useful.
the ridiculous 6-mana enchantments that kind of go with this deck? Like Sunbird's Invocation, Mirror March, things like that? Warstorm Surge?
That's an interesting question.
That's a good question.
Because you cast the spells with a merge,
Mhm.
so you can just kind of loop through and potentially doubling up your spells with Sunbird's Invocation. Sounds like a good thing to me.
I think the Sunbirds is probably good.
Sunbirds is a lot of fun for the deck.
Fire Ashling. Oh, you're talking about the new Ashling. No, but purely because there's actually a better option if we want that effect. I'm not saying no to the effect. I'm just saying there's a dragon that does that. I cannot remember its name though.
Ooh! I know. Leyline Tyrant.
Leyline Tyrant. Yes, I think that's it.
Woo!
That is an obscure one at this point.
I mean,
Right, I believe that one's a
it's
4-mana one as well, is it not?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
same mana cost. It's
Good.
Yep. Yeah, if you were looking for just to have an Ashling effect in the deck, I think this is the better Ashling.
because you're not taking advantage of Ashling's triggered abilities for Magecraft.
No, we're not using the Magecraft at all here. Best we would get is 1 rummage out of it a game, sort of thing.
Yeah.
1 to 2 rummages,
But
which is not really worth it.
Rummage in this deck, though.
No. Your red kind of just we need card advantage.
And hey, actually, I don't hate that Leyline Tyrant. Like, you can kill off your Leyline Tyrant to the emerge cost and then dump the rest of your red mana to just kill something.
Or something.
I like that.
That's neat. I'm still not convinced this is necessary in the deck, sort of thing, but it's neat. It's a good reason to play this card.
Yeah. Flame Shadow Conjuring. Do we want any more copying effects of our own creatures? Because Flame Shadow is a definite pay a red, you get another one.
Yeah, probably. We are probably a decent Flame Shadow Conjuring deck.
Yep.
Not the best card, but yeah. There's a whole lot of if we scroll down to our curve for a second here, just to point some things out. So our average mana value is 5.4.
Perfect. Love it.
5.48. I know we're emerging things. We need the card draw to keep going, and we need we need things to sacrifice that we don't mind dying. It's a really tough tension here.
Are we going into territory of crappy red creatures that make treasures on ETB or die?
Yes, I
Mhm.
believe we're somewhere in that territory.
Okay, so the first ones I can think of are Patron of the Arts. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Is that the 3-mana one?
3
When
mana.
ETBs or dies, it makes a treasure?
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Patron of the Arts probably deserves to be in the deck.
So we can do that one. So new card, Spawn Gang Commander. It's when you cast a spell, you make 3/0/1s. It's the Siege Gang, but with make spawns instead.
We don't really.
It is still 5 mana. It's a good bridge card, at least.
Yeah, and it is a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ritual. This deck is ritual in the deck.
Ian, I don't know if you're going to love me or hate me for recommending this. Are we a Gear per Orrery deck?
Yes, we are actually, because that is one of my pet cards, and I say every deck's a Gear per Orrery deck if you try hard enough.
Gear per
GHIRA.
Mhm.
Go in the back door. Okay.
Yep.
Coal Stoker. That's a bad good card.
So Gear per Orrery is a 4-mana artifact where each player may play an additional land on their turns, and at the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, that player draws 3 cards. This deck's in an awkward situation as to whether or not it's actually able to empty its hand, but it is incentivized to try to just keep doing that every turn.
I'm gonna put it this way. I put this card in Togo and Sakashima Partners because it gave a way to play an extra land per turn.
Mhm.
And there's no card advantage on the commanders, so I emptied my hand pretty good. Was it good?
No.
Played the 5th, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Was it good? No. It was
I
fun.
declined to answer that question, actually.
Are we a Treasonous Ogre deck?
New Red Glimpse. Chris is suggesting the new Glimpsey Impossible. Is that the card I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Glimpsey Impossible, the 3-mana, exile top 3 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. Beginning with the next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, put them into your graveyard, then create a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn, creature token for each card, put into your graveyard this way. You know what the spawns do.
Yeah. Michael, I don't think we're a yes to Generator Servant, however, I do think we are on, Iron Mirror.
Iron Mirror,
thing that taps for mana, then also is emerged.
Coal Stoker. Do we have Coal Stoker in there?
What does Coal Stoker do again?
It's a bad creature, but good in this deck, which is the perfect place to be in Commander.
What is this exactly? So it adds 3 mana if you cast it, and it's a 4-mana spell.
It is a ritual.
It is a ritual. It goes from 4 mana to 7 mana for us with Herigast in play. That is a noteworthy asterisk there.
Yeah.
Do we
'Cause
have
we do need to
Oxida?
get to Herigast first.
Do we have Oxida Golem in the deck yet?
I'm sorry, what?
OXIDDA. It is a affinity for mountains card. The Golem, the fourth one down.
Oxida Golem. Just 4 colorless for affinity for mountains for 3/2 with haste.
6 colorless affinity for mountains.
It is a ritual.
It is a 0 mana ritual.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine by me.
It's on the point of rituals.
Mhm.
Are we playing any actual rituals here? Are we doing anything like Mana Geyser? Are we doing Seething Song? Are we doing Jessica's Will? Because Jessica's Will is Jessica's Will, so it's kind of...
But the problem is with Jessica's Will,
Sure.
are we actually ever getting both modes out of it?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
commander
but
costs, like,
sometimes
2
it
mana.
just gets you 7 mana, and that's all you need, right?
Herigast costs like 2 mana. Later the game, but he costs like 2 mana, and then if you draw into it, it's card advantage, and then you potentially can just it is a draw 3 in red because you're really trying to have the big old turn to do a lot of things at once.
Before we start putting out a bunch more cards, can we fill out some of the staples that we know need to be in the deck? Like, we already have our Soul Ring, for example. We have an Arcane Signet. Do we have any other 2 mana rocks that we know we want to put into the deck?
I mean, we're not really needing a max.
I don't know if we're a Ruby Medallion deck. We have so much colorless.
We do, but we also have a
we
decent
have a ton of red.
We have a ton of red.
Yeah? Doesn't affect our commander?
58% of the deck is still red.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out Chris's comment about Palladium Mirror. That one is just good.
Yeah, Palladium Mirror should probably be in here.
I play that over Warm Power Stone today, for sure. Are we a Thrain Dynamo deck?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a Thrain Dynamo deck.
We found it.
We found it,
You're
Ethan.
welcome.
There's where you get to play your nice, shiny 3 and Dynamo.
I'm still finding a deck, all right? I'm still trying.
All right, let's get some removal, like, just important cards out of the way. We are still probably a Lightning Greaves deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we're a Swifty Boots deck, but
no, I don't think we need to be a Swiftfoot Boots deck. If anything, we would maybe want to play like the 1 mana ones. What's that new one called again?
Lava Spur.
Lava Spur Boots. We would maybe be a Lava Spur Boots.
Burn
So
down
we're
the
playing
house, put everyone back to square one, but your dragon still lives. Huh.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know about Soul Bright Flamekin though, because that's the one where you just like you're paying X, or you keep dumping mana into it, and after you've activated the ability enough times, you get a bunch of red mana, right?
What the hell is this?
What is this?
What's a Thunderblast?
Oh, we're playing we want Thunderblast?
I didn't know what it did. I had to look.
I
what
just
it
looked it up,
does.
too.
It's interesting here. I could actually see a very real reason to play Thunderblast.
I can too.
I can't. This is why we love Commander, right? Like, just
Weird random cards.
I can pull my Tetsun deck out if we want to talk about random cards in a deck that kind of makes it work.
Yeah. Well, now you're making me think if there's any other red creatures with Persist or Undying on them. There shouldn't be any with Undying, I don't think. Oops.
No.
Hello, camera. Come to me.
Well,
Hello?
let's go and do our Scryfall.
Focus. There we go, camera.
Text Persist. 33 cards. You've got, Cauldron of Souls gives any creatures persist. It's a 5-mana artifact though, but it lets you save your board / just reuse a bunch of creatures. How many creatures are we expecting to have on the board at a time? Are we just going one creature, sack into another creature, into another creature, into another creature, or is it sack into a creature and then have multiple creatures out from there?
I think we're going creature sack into another creature. And then that's probably our turn, because that's how this deck's actually going to play.
Yeah. So we have the persist creatures that we can play other than like lesser Masticore. And I don't think a 2-mana persist creature is really worth playing.
So, bringing up some options here. I don't think any of them necessarily go into the deck, but there are 4 red creatures with Undying. One of them's Flayer of the Hatebound at 6 mana, so I don't think we're doing that one.
No.
Then you have Hound of Bristlebrand at 4 mana, which it's a 2/2 double strike with Undying. Yeah, not really sold on that. Then there's Nearheath Stalker, which is a 5 mana 4/1 with Undying. And then there's the one I think we actually do need to potentially talk about playing, which is Pyreheart Wolf. 2 and a red for a 1/1 wolf. Whenever it attacks, each creature you control can't be blocked by 2 or more, except by 2 or more creatures. So you get Menace until end of turn, and it has Undying. So a 3 mana creature with Undying.
I don't actually hate it here.
I don't hate it either.
It may die to an Orcish Bowmasters, but it comes back.
Good enough for me.
Hey, Trucky Triple. So, yes, we do have Skitterbeam Battalion in here. Skitterbeam is fantastic in this deck. Camera, yield. Come to me.
Jason slightly adjust camera time to autofocus.
He doesn't like it if I move.
Reign of Riches. What is that card?
Reign of Riches, I believe that's the first spell you cast with a... Or is that...
First spell you cast with the treasures. It makes 2 treasures on the battlefield. Has Cascade.
I mean,
we're not
going to
bad spell.
It's not bad.
It's just not great either. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm. Anything else that we're like missing, Jason? For Wiggle?
Definitely more mana.
Yeah.
Like we need a lot more artifacts. So like one that's probably very good for us to play because it is both a mana rock and a thing that we can potentially do stuff with. Why am I blanking on the name of it now? That Cursed Mirror. This is a good Cursed Mirror deck.
The Infect one? Cursed. Okay, Mirror.
Cursed Mirror's the clone.
Mirror.
Board wipes,
Mirror.
Interaction. We're red. There is no... We have all the interaction we get already in the deck, don't worry.
We have big creatures. What more do we need?
Well, Matt, I do have a piece of interaction you probably want in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Spiteful Banditry.
You're right.
Okay. I'll give you that.
You're right.
That's at least a board wipe that we can play that's pretty good.
We should also probably...
Blasphemous Acting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should blast act. I don't know if there's a good way. Godfrey Writes History. Godfrey Writes History is interesting.
That's a funny card.
Smoke Spirit's Age? Which one's Smoke
What does
Spirit's
that one
Age?
do again? It's Chaos Warps. Non-enchantment, non-land permanents. But you cast them, okay.
So
Hear me out, Indomitable Creativity? Maybe.
Indomitable just puts it into play. Doesn't cast, which is
True, but
somewhat relevant.
I mean, it polymorphs a bunch of different things.
It does.
We're already practically a polymorph deck, let's be real here.
Yeah, in a lot of ways we are. We got a recommendation for Smoke Spirit's Aid, which is X and a red for a sorcery. Up to each target creatures get an aura attached to them, Smoke's Blessing, and those tokens have, when it dies, it deals 1 damage to each. Or the enchanted creature dice deals 1 damage to its controller, and you create a treasure. I don't feel a need for that.
I don't either.
That's kind of just investing for later.
Yep. I still want to bring back a Mana Geyser at least. I think that one helps you power out a big old turn.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm still of the opinion we're having a little bit of trouble getting two just like 5 mana up front. I would like more 2 or 3 mana rocks to get there. I feel like we have to be a deck that wants a lot of creatures, doesn't want a ton of lands, wants a lot of ramp. Yeah, Fire Diamond's fine here.
Maybe we play the Thought Vessel.
No, we can do better. We can do Mind Stone.
I was gonna say Mind Stone.
Mind Stone was already in the deck. Don't worry.
We do have Mind Stone already? Okay.
Felwar Stone, 6-colored mana.
Felwar Stone's fine.
Littering Stockpile is another option.
Wayfarers and Cultivate Elk. I'm really not a big fan of either of those cards, honestly. But, the Wayfarers Bobble's actually better here because we do care about the basics. Yeah, we do care about the basics. I'm really not a fan of Burnished Heart, though. It's more of a me thing, but I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of
favorite colorless
so much
land.
mana. No, we don't. We don't.
I will disconnect right now because that I'm taking part in this list.
All right. So let's just assume we're a little bit of a low interaction deck, right?
Yeah, this is very much we're skating fast and the rest of the line.
No, I'm good.
Okay, fine. We're just skating fast then.
We're just skating fast. We're
just skating fast today.
One skitter beam, please. Okay, so let's start rimming. So we don't need 38 lands.
No,
I can tell you that much. Yeah, we just remove all. Oops, did all of our? Oh no, that was just this one's. Okay, we just
How many Mountainous do we need?
I would love to cut mountains, but I don't think we're a deck that gets to cut many of them, so I want to go with 33 mountains.
Okay.
There we go.
I mean, I think that we need to go and probably do a few more flex spot lands because do we have the Arena of Glory in there? We do not have the Arena.
Sure. I mean, Arena's fine.
I mean,
it's pretty good.
It just seems fine. If you're trying to go for a big turn, it helps you power that out a little bit.
Yeah. And for every utility land we put in, we cut a mountain. I'll be real with you, though. I don't know what other utility lands I would really want.
So I will say
for in red.
I'm going to be partial towards, since we're kind of a weird colorless but not colorless deck. I'm a big fan of the bounce lands of Guildless Commons and Arid Archway. They are card advantage.
But we don't want to bounce our lands because we want to develop as many basics as possible.
We do, but we're also a deck that's needing card advantage.
Yeah. This is where things are awkward.
Yeah. Okay, so other red... I mean, I know we want basics, but Spine Rock Knoll, I think it's probably also just an include.
Spine Rock Knoll?
It's the hideaway land?
Yeah, I guess. That's okay. I think Fomori Vault is probably the big one for me.
Yeah, Fomori Vault is definitely big.
How many artifacts are we really playing, though? Is it just...
But you have a decent number of artifacts. And just, random treasures count towards it.
How many cards do we have are making treasures currently?
Like 4 or 5 currently. But again, my thing on Fomori Vault is I don't need it to do great. I need it to look at 2 cards. I need it to say, let's get rid of bad card from hand and turn it into something a little better.
Fair enough.
Sarkhan's Unsealing is a must. Yeah, we probably should just play Sarkhan's Unsealing. Sarkhan that turns into a dragon? I don't see a reason to play that one. All we would be doing is turning him into a dragon, then sacrificing him.
Only planeswalker I can really think to play is Ugin the Ineffable.
Ugin the Inevitable. I don't even think I need to do that.
No,
it's just point removal, but...
I mean, it's also cost reduction by 2.
Yeah, I mean, for the colorless spell specifically, and also the token that you make can be some card advantage. But it's another 6 mana play. And boy, do we have so many 6 mana plays.
We're trying to get those out.
We're trying to at least reduce the amount of it by some. I think we can at least make a few cuts at the moment.
I think the Manticore's a little...
Yeah, I think the Manticore
slow.
goes. Combustible's fine. Okay, what is Nullspine doing for us again?
Refilling our hand.
It is refilling our hand. Just assuming we've already done damage.
Hurt opponent this turn.
I mean, we just do it post combat. If we're gonna have either strong or evasive creatures, they can probably get in.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We can hold on to it for now. I just reminded me that there's a dragon that has that gets to be a Wheel of Fortune in your graveyard.
Oh, Runehorn Hellkite.
Yeah, Ringhorn Hellkite.
Why do I know this?
I don't know. Why do you know random dragons this well?
Mono red storm decks just need to find card advantage. And also, that was in the Aegis Precon, I want to say. I want to say that was a C16 card, and that was the first I played.
So it's Rune, that one. It is not a very good card.
It's not, but...
It has potential. It probably doesn't stay.
It wheels at 2 different spots. Is it, only on exile? No, it's from your graveyard. Never mind.
It's from your graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not good.
It's a dragon that gets into play and then does something from the graveyard. Yeah, not enough.
I think it's a consideration, but
yeah. I don't like the Stalking Vengeance.
I think it's kind of slow.
It's damage, but it's not the best. Sichi's fine. It's a little but it's fine.
7 cuts. Is Purpose doing enough here?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the 1 sneak attack is fine. It's also our only massed haste outlet, but I think it's okay.
And we have anger. We have anger in here as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. We do have one more. Okay.
And we're playing enough mountains to turn on that anger. God help us.
Woot woot.
Okay. I think we can cut one of our mana sources. We probably start with an artifact.
Warm Power Stone is kind of... Ruby Medallion. I'm not a big fan of that right now.
I'd rather not do the Ruby Medallion's a little inconsistent for my liking.
Leyline Tyrant, are we really needing it?
I honestly don't hate it and would like to experiment with it as an option.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
Okay.
It is not great.
Okay, we're cutting a Thorian.
Yeah, a Thorian can go. That's fine.
Yeah. Out of the 3 token producers we have between Feldon and...
We don't have Feldon.
You never put Feldon in?
No.
You... Words.
We have Jaxus because it is actually...
yeah, I think Jaxus is fine.
Card selection.
Merge Anger for us. Exactly the plan.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dragon Mage? No, we're good on Dragon Mage.
No, we're not Dragon Mage.
As much as I love Dragon Mage, no thank you.
Are we getting rid
Dragon
of
Mage is just a good value card. I think it probably stays.
Dragon Mage is my pet card that I put into a deck when I'm trying to make it worse.
Are we getting rid of the wolf here?
Yeah, I think getting rid of the wolf's fine.
It was close.
It was real close.
Let's go after one of the artifacts real quick.
Let's get rid of that.
I honestly kind of want to hold on to the It That Betrays for a second.
It That Betrays does just kind of win games. Are we thinking about this deck in a webcam setting, though? Because I'm cool with cutting it based on logistic issues.
No, we all have infinite tokens.
Okay.
Very nice.
We are not sponsored.
We're not sponsored. We just all happen to have them. Don't worry.
Talk about yourself. I don't got it, none.
So, quick thing is going down it here. So Triniform is a little questionable to me.
Freaking Kelvin.
Hey, Kelvin. Honestly, at this point, I probably just want to try a couple of test hands to see if anything sticks out to me as like, terrible. I need this or I don't want this.
Okay.
I am A-okay with this hand.
This is a fine hand.
Draw.
Do that. Play an artifact. Yeah. So following turn, we get the interesting question of whether or not we want to pump extra mana into our Hellkite. We could also just Jessica's Will here and say it makes like 6 mana, 5 or 6.
We go, yeah, we can go Leyline Tyrant and Warm Power Stone.
Yeah, I think that's fine. We can tap everything out and have that.
Yeah.
Trinisphere is actively bad here. Because Transfer will not let us emerge properly.
You have to pay 3.
Because we're not paying mana on emerge.
Emerge plus 3 ball is not something I'm familiar with quite.
Reduced by that creature's mana value?
It reduces the cost.
Yeah,
so it doesn't pay the
mana.
Either way, I don't really want to play stacks pieces unless we really want to discuss like more general stacks pieces. Oh, we straight up skipped our 4th turn.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. Here, play a land and put something into play. Quick.
Here, have a Kiki.
Woo! Get in there, buddy.
Alright, and then this turn. 5th land.
Okay.
5th
so
land,
now
play this, exile our hand. Draw 3?
I might just do the Spiteful Banditry first. So you can go 2 for Spiteful Banditry, right? I don't know if I care enough about the Blast Furnace Hellkite to go out of my way to make it, but we can make a token copy of the Layerline Tyrant.
And merge that.
We emerge from that.
So it only costs 4 mana.
Yep, that makes us a tapped treasure as well.
Tap for 2.
So wait, is it whenever a creature opponent controls, or just a creature for Spiteful Banditry?
An opponent controls.
Oh, never mind. That's less good. Probably don't need to play Spiteful Banditry then. Okay, that could be one of the cards we addressed then. I would probably try to replace it with a different board wipe though, because we kind of want a board wipe.
Yeah. What are other board wipes in red that we're considering here? I mean, we have some strong colorless creatures that do kind of board wipe to an extent. We're not really always dusting here because we have enough red stuff. We're really not wanting to do that direction. Is it just a chain reaction?
Yeah, it's probably just chain reaction.
Just chain reaction.
Okay, so we can do Shadow Flame. And then we would pass the turn after that.
Boop. Next turn.
Okay.
Do we really need Treason Soaker in this deck?
Team what card? Treason Soaker?
I'm not...
I don't hate it, though. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I don't love it enough to want to keep it around over other cards, though. If you were trying to do a big old combo turn and win on that turn immediately, sure. Mm. We're playing big creatures swing in, and that means we're having to potentially get on the crack back. And that 3 life every time we want to
then I can do stuff like this.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I did want to bring up was we can emerge this out, pay mana, sacrifice it, and it goes back. Which I was going to recommend making that play this turn as well, Matt. So, what's the land that we have in hand?
You just pay an extra red, and you keep the Treason Soaker around, and you have...
Oh, we don't even... Yeah, we just do this.
Yeah, you can literally just pay 2... Well, you can just pay 2 life as well.
3.
Or pay 3 life, use the Shadow Flame Conjuring to get your token copy, sacrifice the token copy to do that, and now we can just cast Herigast again.
Let's see.
Emerging for 4 mana off of it, so this costs... What? 6 mana?
6 mana total.
To cast in addition to that. That's not the worst. Yeah, I'm definitely saying, like, the engine is turning here. We're just, like, not doing a lot. So we haven't hit big things, which is noteworthy.
3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 34.
Now with their base account, play Ruination. Just hit him with the Ruination.
Get him with the get rid of this. Exile that. Draw 3. Neat.
Yeah, we're a little low on artifact count right now as well.
We could just cast it as a 3-drop, but that's not really doing anything, you know?
Well, no, we can also emerge Herigast from it and make another copy of it and cast again. Like, we can keep going here.
It's reduced by 2, right? And then we can...
Well, you can literally just play the Wayfarer's Bauble to net even the cost there.
Mm-hmm.
Reduces by 3. Yeah, like this is part of the reason why I do kind of like the Treasonous Ogre, because it does get to sit there and just go.
So this is
Do you
not
play
just a
Furnace?
red game.
No, we are not playing Great Furnace currently. We do want to try to keep as many basics as possible, because we do have a lot of things that care about basics.
Jason, how does Kiki Jiki interact with Prototype? Is it making a copy of the Prototype cost or the original mana cost?
Prototype cost.
Yes, I believe it's copying the Prototype cost, because that is the characteristics of the card when it is in play.
Okay.
Ah, you're doing it that way for it. Yeah, that works.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you want
like-
to pay it for 7, that's fine.
Let's restart here again, because like we have a little engine that's going, but I want to just
the
see
merge
kind of a
cost is
normal
also going to
game.
be reduced by the sacrifice. So like, if you sacrifice Herigast, it costs 0 mana. Doesn't really matter about the artifact cost in that case, right?
Yeah, it costs 0.
So we get a sacrifice
And then it's
Herigast,
7. Then we can
and then it's a 7 drop,
replay
and then Kiki
Herigast.
Jiki copy it, and then we've got a free 7 we can just sack.
Oh yeah, you're talking like you merge out the 7 cost.
Yes,
Cost
because if we just
and then you make a
sacrifice
copy of it,
Herigast,
sacrifice that. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
yeah,
this is the industrial investment, but it's not doing anything. This hand would be a mulligan. It doesn't have enough starting mana.
Let's
You hit restart, buddy.
Restart. This hand's fine.
Does
Yes.
that starting mana?
this has Ugin's Labyrinth to get rid of Cityscape Leveler.
Yep.
So turn to yeah, this is great.
This is great. Draw card
Yeah,
first.
we keep this. Is that a braid?
Hello,
Okay.
a braid. I'll exile that temporarily.
Well,
Yep.
is it a secret mouse tool to help us later?
Yeah. Either way, I think we're playing Wayfarer's Bubble.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Turn to Mountain, crack the Wayfarer's Bauble.
Yep.
Mm.
Bada bing, bada boom. New library. Montaigne.
And this turn we get to do the cool thing of throwing Dynamo into Suchi.
Yep.
Did you shuffle after you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
So
Specifically,
we have
has-
Thrain Dynamo, Mountain, Suchi.
Yep.
Okay.
And then next turn.
Next turn, we get to cast our commander.
Do we want to
I
do
would
Flame
definitely want
Shadow
the Flame
first?
Shadow. Yeah, I definitely want the Flame Shadow at least.
3 and a red. Flame Shadow.
Because now we can sacrifice a Suchi and get Herigast. And we'll have 4 mana after Herigast resolves.
Mm-hmm.
Or after,
Yeah,
while
we'll
it's on
have-
the stack
we'll-
because of the
yeah.
ability, technically.
We're gonna have. We gotta tap out of all of our mana to do this.
Yes.
Yep.
We exile our hand, draw 3 cards, which doesn't feel great to get rid of these interactive pieces, but that speaks to this type of deck. Draw our 3.
We draw a chat because I know you guys can't see it that well. We draw a
And-
Frogmere Enforcer, a Mana Geyser, and a Mountain.
You play the
Mhm.
Mountain.
This is turn 4. We've already played our land. Oh no, we haven't.
No, we
because this
ramped.
is- we did ramp. Okay.
No, we're red, but we did ramp.
Frogmere Enforcer. Next turn?
Yeah, I think it's a next turn we do that.
Or we
Because we get this Mana Geyser to start here. And
Okay.
we just get to go big.
Well, so we get to do an interesting thing here.
Yes. I think we still start with Mana Geyser, though.
Absolutely, you start with the Mana Geyser.
Mm-hmm. Mana Geyser.
This is turn 5. Are we assuming 10 mana?
Sure, 10's fine.
Turn.
That's a very
fine.
safe estimate. We could go up to like 16 if we're on the play.
I think 10's fine.
I think 10's a very rational number.
Okay. So
10.
10 all
So
red
here's the
bananas.
fun questions. Is it our time for our secret mouse tool?
I mean,
I mean, as a value play, I would say so.
We have other value we can do right now. For example, we get to have the fun interaction of using Shadow Flame
Yep. Flame Shadow Conjuring.
as shameful. Yeah, that thing as a ritual off of Tisatsushi,
Yes.
mhm.
or we can use it to draw cards. After having done 10 mana, probably worth to just draw the cards.
I like just drawing cards here.
So we're doing Atsushi, and then we're going to pay the 1 Flame Shadow Conjuring, leaving 5 red mana.
Yep.
Legend rule, the first one dies.
Yeah,
and we're
question
on
is,
top
do you
2.
sacrifice the token or do you sacrifice the real one?
I'd say the token.
Sacrifice the token.
I think you sacrifice the real one.
What's your reasoning for sacking the real one?
Because we're going to sacrifice the other one. Like,
If they're both
What if we
dying,
get interacted with? What if we get interacted with? If the token's going to die in instep, I mean, if we want to keep the Atsushi around for the next turn cycle and get card advantage off of it, then we don't want to keep it's only 2 cards for the exile top, I think, for Atsushi.
Oh, you're right.
It's 3 treasure, 2 on the exile, though.
I mean, it's okay.
I think we get that. We have to. The safer play is to keep the original one around. The skating fast play is keeping the token around.
Yeah. My expectation is you're just going crazy.
I mean, it really doesn't matter in that case, but
I mean, well, one of the reasons why you might want to get rid of the token one is because it's guaranteed to sacrifice on your end step to guarantee you more cards or things like that.
Actually, no, it's an exile end step.
Oh, it's exile? I thought it was sacrifice. Never mind then. We keep the original.
Yep. All right, these cards both. I mean, this one's fun, but
I would cast Kozilek.
I would cast the Kozilek because we have 5 mana still. Do we want to do that on that Sushi or on the Herigast?
I want to keep Herigast around. I think Atsushi goes away.
I think Atsushi because we can just sack it, get more card advantage, or just get the treasures. Yeah, and that goes to the graveyard. So we have 5 mana floating. That's 10. So we need to pay 1 more mana.
Yeah, we would need to pay 1 more. But that's okay.
Like that.
Cast trigger, we get to draw 4 cards.
We draw Mountain, Wild Magic Surge, Soaring.
And we have. We got the treasures here. We got the card advantage.
I think we have to go treasures because we're out of mana.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a quick duplicate. What is the quick duplicate?
What is it? Is it R or no? Is it X?
Why can I not?
I do not remember what
Make token copy X.
There we go.
Why can I not just Control C, Control V?
Because this ain't Microsoft Word, my man.
True.
Literally everything.
Yeah, 1 mana cost looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And so here I will say we sacrifice Herigast to evoke out, to emerge out the Frogmere Enforcer.
We pay 1 mana. We
pay the 1 red in order to copy it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well.
Actually, we can't.
Yes, we can.
We have to pay red cost too. Oh no, we do have the tokens up there. Just make sure Atsushi does not make tap treasures, right? It is untapped treasures.
It is untapped treasures.
Okay. Yeah, then we can pay the 1 mana. We can keep around our Frogmere, Frogmere.
Make a copy. Yep. And then we can sacrifice that, and that means Herigast costs. 3 mana.
Probably tap our Ugin's Labyrinth just to have our Soul Ring.
We'll have 1 extra colorless mana, so yeah.
Yeah, we have 1 more colorless mana.
And then 2 treasures to merge out the Herigast here.
Mm-hmm.
And then exile our hand, draw 3.
Yeah. Okay. Like, this is turn 5. This is doing some cool stuff.
We draw Zealous Conscripts, Terror of the Peaks, and Mountain.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, we have not played land for turn yet, because we have the ramp.
We do have the Spine Rocknall in the exile as well, though.
I think that's staying in exile.
But we can play the Mountain, emerge out the Terror of the Peaks off of the Frogmite Enforcer.
Yep.
And just set up.
Set up for a big splash next turn.
Why not emerge out our Zealous Conscripts, copy it with Flame Shadow Conjuring, and give our Kozilek haste? Assume that's just devastating to somebody.
Why copy it with Flame Shadow in this case? What are we else giving haste?
Because we can steal something from our opponent. Yeah, we can just steal something, and if they have something that's red, then we can also play our Zealous Conscript. If we don't want to copy it, then we could just emerge out the Zealous Conscripts, not paying the red, give our Kozilek haste, and then cast our Terror of the Peaks, and we would be hellbent.
And then we're restricted on red mana. Oh, no, right. Oh, no, Frogmite's a 7 drop, not the red. So we're restricted on red mana. They only have 2.
The Zealous Conscript is the thing that you're emerging.
Oh, evoking it out
reduces the red down.
Yeah.
So again, this is the go fast style of red, doing some splashy stuff.
We are just living off the top of the deck at that point, though.
We are absolutely living off the top of the deck. We've done a lot, but
I think maybe just setting up for Tear the Peaks next turn, emerging that out.
Well, actually, we still have our Secret Muscatool for later to emerge Herigast and keep going.
You're right. That is such a. I love Ugin's Labyrinth. I need to get one. If it didn't cost $50 right now, that'd be nice.
If it didn't, yeah.
Hey, Ethan, you want one for trade?
I mean, do you want some flages? Those are $40 right now. I'll hold the 1 for 1.
Jesus, they're 40 now?
They've gone up since last week. They are $40 a piece right now.
Jesus.
Hey,
I know. I just checked earlier.
Joy Syndrome is real.
Remember, Lightning Helix is a good card.
It is a good card. I won't deny that. I'm a big fan of Lightning Helix.
That's good fair magic right there.
All right.
We do have our secret Muscatool that'll help us later, chat.
Yes.
Don't forget about it.
We do indeed.
I think I'm ready to go back to the deck and make a couple of cuts.
Okay.
I am too.
So we did two test hands.
Mm-hmm.
Spiteful Banditry we were not impressed by, correct?
Spiteful Banditry can go out. I would rather just replace it with another piece of removal, though.
Chain Reaction, then?
Is there any way that we have removal on a creature? I don't think Drakuseth is the one we want.
Are we talking about Meteor Golem level of removal on a creature?
That is an option.
It's a decent option, actually.
That is a fine, single target removal spell.
We also have Cityscape Leveler, so we have both of those kind of effects.
Cityscape's on cast and on attack, if I remember correctly, right?
I believe so. Yes, cast and whenever it attacks.
You say Call Forth the Tempest. I'm not sold on Call Forth the Tempest because that is an 8-mana spell. The thing that I'm noticing here is, we had Instants and Sorcery stuck in our hand. I really want creatures. I actually would like to reduce one of the Instants and Sorceries if we can.
Glimpse the Impossible, probably, then.
Yeah. I think we have enough mid... I was also looking at, a 3-cost creature as another thing that we could potentially remove.
Can we sort by mana value, then? Taking a look at it?
Mm-hmm. So...
3 drops, we've got 4 Cathodian, Palladium Mirror, Patron of the Arts, Priest of Urbrask.
It might just be Sushi, actually.
Or Sushi.
Sushi's good.
I like Sushi here, though.
I like Sushi. I like how you get the store mana for a bigger turn the next turn. Over
Sushi.
Sushi. I thought you were just making a joke about sushi, calling it at Sushi.
No. This has been a common theme of we can't pronounce card names and it's a problem.
I mean,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the starting point of 3 mana. Particularly with these Ugin Labyrinth starts.
Yeah, 4 is a little bit tougher, and I guess it makes the deck more accessible, blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
In the Cave Guard before, Vigilance and Access to Ritual. It's 8 mana, though.
It's 8 mana, so it's good at spinning your wheels when you're already at that high-end mana. Another card that I think
now, we still need card advantage, because that's what I'm learning right now, and one reason I was trying to focus on it early on was we are still running out of cards. Herigast is neat to kind of spin wheels, but until we get other creatures that help us get more card advantage.
Unfortunately, welcome to Mono Red.
So,
in terms of card advantage,
yes,
we have no
I can't remember who recommended it. I'm not a huge fan of this card, but this is a good file of Galadriel deck.
Do it again.
File of Galadriel, if you would draw cards while you have 0 cards in your hand, you draw an additional card.
I'll give you that. Next question. Skull Clamp?
No.
But we're sacking creatures.
We have to pay the mana to get into it just to do that. And also, if you're going to be going into Herigast.
One mana. 1 mana drop?
Yeah, but as we found out, 1 mana has been kind of extremely relevant in our big...
Yeah, the amount of mana.
1 mana draw 2, though.
It's not bad. It's just I don't think that's necessarily the card we want.
Okay.
I would rather try to get, So, like, the File of Galadriel specifically, why I bring that one up is because Herigast exiles your hand. So, Herigast draws 4 off the file.
Is this true?
Yes. This is also how it works with wheels, so.
Quick question. Hazard's Monument, I know we're adding cards in, but that is just a cost reducer at 3, as well as it is filtering cards.
What does it reduce the cost of goods? Red spells?
Red creature spells.
Red creature spells.
But we have a large number of those, as well as the filtering does not care about the card color. And we have 37 creatures.
We got Ruby Medallion.
We did.
Yeah, I'd much rather play Ruby Medallion over that.
Yeah.
Does the card filtering not anything relevant here, though?
I mean, that is the thing. It is a relevant ad, and that's kind of why I'm putting some consideration to it. I still think our mana doublers are correct. We didn't hit them, but building heavy around basics seems like the correct idea to me.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk, how good is Worm Coil in this deck?
Not.
Okay.
I also am not a big fan of Phyrexian Triniform or the Triplicate Titan in that same regard, if we're trying to spin wheels.
I like the Triplicate Titan a little more. I'm not a huge fan of the Blast Furnace Hellkite either, just because it kind of trips on mana a little bit at times, but I don't think you need to remove it necessarily. It's just like a keep in mind.
It kills people really well.
It does really kill people.
It does. It also has the fun fact of, hey, my opponent was trying...
Triplicate is the worst of the 3? No, that is factually...
I'm gonna agree with Chris here, man. I've never been big on Triplicate.
So I'm not big on Triplicate either. I'm not a big fan on any of these, honestly. But my thing is, with Triplicate, it is at least giving you 2 flying blockers, which is something that this deck, like, it doesn't have flying.
Yep.
Or aside from a couple of dragons, right? It's got Herigast, it's got, what? Blast Furnace.
Cavern Horde.
Spine. Yeah, it's got some dragons in here for flying.
Leyline Tyrant.
But those are also things that we don't really want to die. Whereas this is one we want to die.
I also don't. I've never liked paying the 12 mana to encore the Triniform. In fact, I don't ever fucking do it. So.
Yeah, I never encore Triniform.
It's just not a worthwhile investment, I've found most of the time.
Wormcoil being the best because it's the exact cost for sacrificing to Herigast. That's true. That's relevant when you are starting with Wormcoil, but the thing is, I don't think we start with Wormcoil very often.
It's also lifelink, which I think is actually relevant. If you're keeping Treeless Ogre around, I think that's something we cannot overlook. We'll spend have a Rune Grinder in, I believe. If we don't, I'm going to punch somebody.
What card? Rune Grinder?
Did you not put Rune Grinder in?
I don't think we have Rune Grinder in here currently.
Why would I said it earlier. Pull up the footage.
Yeah.
Just because you say it doesn't mean it got in.
Rune Grinder. It's a draw 7.
It's also such a mopey card.
And it mountain cycles. Ruin Grinder. I am not leaving this chair until it's in here. You can kick me off the stream if you want, but Ruin Grinder goes in.
I don't think I have to kick you off the stream, Ethan.
I think Ruin Grinder is fine. We can play Ruin Grinder.
It's a draw 7, and if we're needing card advantage, it is draw 7. Ruin. R-U-I-N.
This one is Ruin, as opposed to Rune.
Like ruin, like I ruin everything I touch.
I hate all of the similar sounding card names.
This has just been the deck of similar sounding names.
They all sound the exact same, so whenever somebody's saying ruin and I hear it as rune, it's just...
You've been playing Elden Ring too much, man.
You are correct.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. We'll span come on the hotness. Imposing Grandeur.
What is Imposing Grandeur again?
It's a discard hand draw 9 in this deck. It's the one card in Eris, Roar the Storm, I'm a really big fan of. It's the one that each player may discard their hand and draw cards equal to the mana value of a commander they own or on the that they own in the command zone or on the battlefield.
How much does it cost for this?
5.
5 to draw
9. 5 mana draw 9. Okay, here's the thing. It's like Stinking Study, but instead of it being meme, it's an actually good card in correct decks. All right?
No, I was going to say, for this specific deck, yeah, Imposing Grandeur is probably a card we want.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think Stinging Study is the black staple that nobody plays, that everybody.
I depending on the deck, I completely.
Oh
agree
no,
with
my
you.
computer is about to turn off again.
Get out of here, then.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Phyrexian Dragon Engine for recurable merge fodder. Draw 3 if empty-handed. I actually don't hate the idea of
I don't hate it.
of using it, although I do think our like early starting points are not bad. It's like the late game and how we keep churning through the deck and keep like how do we keep going. I think we are probably correct to cut the It That Betrays now if we want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Well,
because
man,
that
that's
one,
a lot.
yeah,
That's so
12's a lot. That one's harder to cast. Blast Furnace is still in the questionable zone.
It just kills people, dude. Like from a gameplay perspective, we're not.
I know. Yeah, it's the one that I'm like, we're probably not emerging it out very often. We're probably just casting it. Which, to be fair, you can just use Artifact Offering.
Yeah,
because
which
it basically has its own emerge.
It's got its own flash emerge. Right?
Exactly. So, that's fine. I actually would like to look and cut a non-creature spell.
Okay.
Like,
we have our instant speed interaction.
I don't
It's
think
fine.
any of
So-
these 3 get cut.
go back. Can you hover Sarkhan's Unsealing again? Because I just want to read this one out, right? So, Sarkhan's Unsealing, 3 in a red for whenever you cast enchantment with whenever you cast a creature with power 4, 5, or 6, it deals 4 damage to any target. By that I mean the Sarkhan's Unsealing. And whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 7 or greater, it does that to each opponent, each creature, and each planeswalker they control. I actually think we will reliably cast this enough that we might not need Chain Reaction.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I will give you that.
I'll give you it.
I'll buy that for $1.
Brass's Tunnel Grinder. No, we don't have Brass's Tunnel Grinder in the deck. I like that card a lot, however, and we would trigger it a lot to get to the backside. It's just a once per turn thing, and this is one of those types of red decks where it's like,
We are skating fast.
we are skating fast. If we were doing the more artifact-focused build of this deck, I do think you would play Brass's Tunnel Grinder in the end. However, I am seeing, like, for like that build of the deck as well, you would be trying to go down to like 32 lands, 32 lands, somewhere in that area. So, like, that's where you have space for that type of card. Yeah, I mean, this is 100 cards.
Playtest 10, I guess.
Yeah, sure, we can do one more if we want.
1 more playtest. Sounds good.
But while we do work on this playtest one, chat, we have another deck we would like to build today. Probably needs to be one that won't take us forever to figure out. What would you be interested in seeing? I'm personally interested in seeing something with either blue or green in it out of the new set. But I don't know which one, what you all would like to see. Let us know in chat what you want to see.
In
Not
chat,
a vote,
we're not
but like,
birding up tonight. There is no bird. Bird is banned.
I mean, I would also say preferably something that we haven't already played on the channel. So like, we don't need to do Arna, for example. We've already done Arna. But like Kudo, for example, is an option that we could do if we wanted to do Kudo. Again, it doesn't have to be a blue-green deck, or both blue or green. But
we're also not brewing Omo because that would take us actual
Yeah,
hours to do.
yeah, almost a tough one. You have to sit there and make a lot of micro optimizations with the lands. Everything from the land count to the actual like the whole process of like how you plan to make those lands interact with each other.
It's like the one time Ugin's Labyrinth isn't good.
Yeah. I mean, we just go, what, planar lens here off a mountain?
Tap here.
That is a little awkward to do. Yeah, you cast a planar lens, do
exile
that.
play another Mount Tanya. We should probably be playing Snow Mountains if we're playing
Technically, yes.
Yeah, that is most correct to do. We can do Snow-Covered Mountains. Game like Mateo, hey.
Yeah.
Mentioned Runehorn Hellkite has been mentioned.
We
And
debated
it
that
sits
one
in the
for a
grave
minute.
as a draw 7. Yeah, we did mention that one.
So we've
We're
got
memeing Ginku. Interesting.
2, 3,
we got
4,
6 mana here. Is it just
5.
play Kiki, wait till next turn?
Yep.
It is Kiki, put on some boots, and wait.
I like that play.
Because next turn, I think, yeah, we say put the boots on next turn. Mountain. We've got enough to cast Herigast, hard cast.
I think we
can
just
exert it,
hardcast
give it haste.
Herigast. We're never sacrificing Kiki Chiki.
Yeah,
Wait, do we have enough to cast Hardcast? I thought one off from Hardcast.
It's just whenever we cast it.
7, 8.
It's 9 mana, right?
Arena taps for 2. We exert it.
Yeah.
But it costs a mana.
What? Okay, this card
It does
is
not.
bad.
It does not net mana.
Terrible. Leave.
See, that's why I keep saying, like, I thought it did that at first as well, but no, it is mana neutral.
No, it is mana
to
neutral,
do this.
but
In
it gives
fact,
it haste.
it's still not terrible. It's just not a card that I'm like keen on making sure it's in my decks.
This is the worst out of the cycle by like quite a bit.
You don't be
Archway Innovation's not the worst. Woo!
Yeah, improvise is a very strong keyword, as it turns out.
We've got
It
two
gives
for
me a reason to play rocks again, and that's all that matters.
we have 2 recommendations for Shilgengar. That's an interesting one as well.
Is that the black
That's a little bit of a tough one. That's the black-white sacrifice deck.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny would just be killing people.
Johnny would just be killing people, and I'm a big fan of killing people, but
I mean,
everyone's best friend can play
if you want
Felia.
to, again, skate
Follow
fast,
Blink.
Ashling is very, very easy to just...
The
I
flood
can
is
brew
real.
that deck in 20 minutes.
Nah, I don't want to do Ashling. We just did mono red.
It's just my thing, you know?
All these 3, and then draw
3 lands, attack for 2 mana. We're cursed. I mean, we do just win.
We do
Oh, actually,
just
no, we don't
win.
just win.
Yes,
You need
we
to take
do.
the boots off of. Yep.
Yeah.
Boots
And then we
here,
You do
merge
that
it.
first.
there.
Then you just win.
Yeah, now we just win.
You eat, skeet, skeet.
Ski, ski, eat, turn 6 win. There we go.
Best deck we ever built, right?
Yep. Totally isn't, any of the CEDH decks we've brewed or.
Yeah, Shilgengar does have an interesting loop due to what you can do with Thief of Blood in the deck. Yeah. There's also some things you can try to do with the vampire that sacrifices to remove all counters from something. But yeah, it's an interesting one.
All right, here we go.
A lot of mention of Shilgengar. I think we just go with Shilgengar.
Yep. I guess so.
All right, let's do a quick Shilgengar deck because this is a sack deck. We know a lot of what we want to be doing.
Yeah, we're playing Angels.
We're playing a few Angels at least. All right, chat, for anyone unfamiliar with Shilgengar, Shilgengar, Sire of Famine, 3 black for a legendary creature, Elder Demon, 6/6, flying. You may sacrifice another creature to make a blood token, and if it was an angel that was sacrificed, you make a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness instead. You may play 3 hybrid black-white, so that's black-white, sacrifice 6 blood tokens to mass reanimate every creature out of your graveyard, but it has a finality counter on it and is a vampire in addition to its other types. That's not even a sorcerer speed thing.
No.
So we do want some angels. The question is, how many do we want?
Enough to play Cavern of Souls, I would bet.
I actually don't know about that. So here's my thing on this. There's 2 ways you can do this. Just kind of like angels with some sacrifice stuff going on, and you just play angels and it's angels, so you like angels. Hey, angels. Or you play this as a dedicated sacrifice deck, trying to do loops with Shilgengar off of the main card being Thief of Blood.
Well, why don't we play an angel that also wants to be sacrificed?
We love
also
those.
known as Karmic Guide.
Karmic Guide absolutely goes in this deck. Although with the toughness thing, a little awkward because it only has 2 toughness, but hey.
I don't care. I'm also putting Revel Arc in here.
Only 27% of decks called EDH rec play Karmic Guide.
That should
Only
be a
27% of these decks play Karmic Guide.
Of these decks? I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable. You don't necessarily want to go super deep on Shilgengar with the angel stuff. I imagine most of the decks are angels decks.
Yes.
Hey, you can just play Solemnity. That's fun.
Yes.
I like that card. That card's good.
We like Solemnity here.
That card's real good.
I mean, Yada is a ramp spell. That
So
also...
again, are we going deep on angels? Because Yada is like we are chat. We're affirmatively going.
We're angeling. We're
We're going deep
up.
on angels.
We're
Okay,
birding
sure.
with extra steps, Jason.
Sure. Okay. Then let's get stuff like Battle Angels of Tyr, because like we just want the good angels then.
Thief of Blood is definitely included here as well.
Yes, you definitely include the Thief of Blood regardless. Renegade Reaper's an interesting one.
Dustin has a good comment here. What's the lore reference with Shulgangar actually sacrificing angels? Because I'm dumb and I don't either.
So the reference here is that Shulgangar is the demon that House Markov contracted with to create vampires.
Yep.
So there was a massive famine that was occurring, and they wanted to get away from the risk of the famine. So they got Shulgangar to give them the secrets of immortality, basically, which was, just drink angel's blood. If you make this tonic with angel's blood in it, then this will give you you'll become immortal. Now, in the process, they became vampires, but they did achieve their immortality.
All right, then.
Well, then.
Hello, and angels go Brew. Angel of Finality. What does Angel of Finality do here?
Rene.
I was too busy getting the fucking lore, okay?
Oh, Renegade Reaper?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
It's too busy getting the lore, chat.
It mills. It's a cheap angel, which we want, because we definitely need... Hi, every angel that costs like 3 or less is going into this deck.
Are we playing Starnheim Aspirant in that case as well to cost reduce angels?
Yes. You would play Starnheim Aspirant, you would play Righteous Valkyrie.
Here, let's just do this. Type angel.
I see.
Let's Scraffle do its...
Go, Scraffle, go.
Go, Scraffle,
go. Oh, damn, Bloodcaster. Interesting choice. Would Cruel Celebrant be good? Yes, Cruel Celebrant. Focus. Camera, come back to me.
Okay, let's try this again. Come on.
Camera.
I know you can do this.
Come on.
I love it. Every time we do a brewing stream, Ethan, Scraffle just decides to shit the bed.
It always happens one way or another. So would Cruel Celebrant be good? Yeah, just general sacrifice effects are pretty good here.
Yep.
Drawn Island Bala is a perfectly fine card in the deck. That is a card that you may or may not wish to include in your decks for these sorts of things due to the fact that it is a type of stacks piece.
Okay.
Hey, Angelica, what do you do? Put a 1/1 counter on it? The Solemnity does also conflict with the small 1/1 counters theme that would be going on here, but
Giada doesn't have that ability in that case, but it's 2 cards of the same deck. There's no guarantee you'll find it.
Of course.
Angelic Sleuth?
What do you do whenever what?
Another permanent you control leaves the battlefield if it had counters on it. Investigate.
Honestly, that's not terrible.
That is not terrible. Again, reminder of the whole Solemnity awkward component of this.
If we find the one Solemnity out of 99 cards, then we'll deal. All right.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine at that
Angel
point.
of Indemnity.
All right. These are all like 6 mana cards. We're gonna keep
No,
scrolling.
go back.
What,
To the
why are we
Angel
going
of
back?
Indemnity. Angel of Indemnity.
I can read. Where? There. Okay.
Flying lifelink creature, when it enters the battlefield, return target permanent with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it has Encore, but we don't care about the Encore. It's a 6 toughness creature that we can do loops with.
That's a 5 toughness creature.
Sure, 5. It gets the 6th one.
Mm-hmm.
Angel of Suffering is hilarious.
It's always funny. Always a funny
You
card.
also play it because it mills you to get
yeah,
off for a big old turn.
It's probably good to do the Angel of the Ruins.
The Exile 2 and Mountain Cycle or Plane Cycles.
Plane cycling.
Angel
Gets
of
itself
the
into the
Ruins.
graveyard for you.
Yep.
And just got reprinted MH3. It's topical.
It's an uncommon now.
Yeah, it is indeed an uncommon.
The cowards decided to not make it a common.
Honestly,
really?
that would have been a really good common for the Reanimator decks in Pauper, but hey, more artifact hate. I'm sure they would love that. Holy cow. Alright, hold on there. Not sure if we need Holy Cow.
Is it actually an angel?
Let's get Avison in here, because you know we want it.
Yeah, you're right.
Roll up. There you
You're
are.
right. I know we want Avison. Do we want...
Are we Bruna Bracella-ing?
Yeah, of course. We're an Angels deck. We wouldn't be an Angels deck if we didn't try to Bracella people.
Did you just put Bracella in the deck?
This is technically.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, that's like the back end of it. We need to get to the other one.
Why could I add that to the deck?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm putting Drawn and Lumballa in.
Alright, you want Drawn in? Okay, that's fine.
Keep scrolling.
Let's see, what else is fun? What do you do?
ETBs return permanent to its owner's hand?
A permanent you control.
Yeah.
Not great.
Fire Main Commando, though.
Finale counter.
Fire main.
Finale counter whenever it leaves the battlefield or dies. It exiles.
Angel, there you are.
There she is.
Furia's like.
When it leaves the battlefield, it gets exiled.
Okay. So it doesn't get around that.
No. Well.
Do we run both Liases? We might get to the. We might play. At least one of the Liases. I'm not sure about both of them.
Eradicator Valkyrie.
Nah.
Okay.
Like it boasts is a repeatable removal spell, but it's not great. Guardian of Puriper is perfectly fine.
Yep.
What else do we need here?
The ones I'm thinking of are further down. Well, that's a 2-mana one.
Yeah, well, it requires you to basically tap more creatures or lands as it enters.
Yeah.
No. It lets us tap our blood tokens.
It's true. We do get to tap our blood tokens for it. Although it's just like a 2-mana 4/4 beater.
That then sacrifices to make 4 blood tokens.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's fine.
We can throw it in for now.
Yeah, for now.
Do we run Mass Blink to get rid of finality counters? Yes, we probably do want to play some of those. However, right now, creature.
I'm playing it for the meme. I'm playing it for the meme.
No, you're playing for the meme.
What is this? Oh, the cow? Sure.
The cow.
All right.
It's a very important card.
Indeed. Okay, we don't need the
Inspiring Overseer, I guess.
Inspiring Overseer is the most medium card to play, but yes.
Yeah.
It only makes you 1 blood token, but
it's a 3-mana creature. We kind of need those.
It says gain a life, draw a card.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong on this one. So whenever another non-token creatures you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so we can loop with Liesa in play and get them back. That's probably fine because it is also Grave Hate.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other one is just like mean to people for casting spells.
Good enough
do with
for
that
me.
what you will. Since we have other Linvala, do we have other Linvala?
Linvala at home.
OG Linvala?
Yeah, I mean, are we doing a hate bear kind of thing?
That was my question. We put the other one, Drana and Linvala, in here.
Yeah.
Has the same effect, so.
Yeah.
I think we just stick with the one.
Magister of Worth is an interesting one, but it is also like
bad.
We're gonna go ahead and put Lyra in here.
Sure, Lyra's fine.
Lyra's a good one.
Her being just a random anthem also helps with some of the loops.
Mm-hmm.
Segovian Angel is a 1-mana angel. Yeah, that's a maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We want a 1-mana 1/1. It's a 1-mana 1/1 Flying Vigilance, if I remember correctly.
Do you want the Metropolis Reformer?
You do. You have X-Roof, eh?
Merchant of Truth actually seems pretty good.
Merchant of Truth seems quite decent.
You told it investigates, and then Clues have Exalted?
Yes, have Exalted.
It's 4 mana for this thing, 2/5. That ass.
That's a big butt for
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Okay, sure, I'll take it.
Let's go ahead and put it in here.
Platinum.
We're not gonna not play it.
Sure. Go ahead.
Sure.
Like,
Radiant Solar is a kind of mid card, but it does self-discard.
And it's also with a big ol' reanimate,
36.
like 10 angels, you can just speed run 2 dungeons real quick.
Yep.
That is true.
It's also 6 butt.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of interesting. What are we gonna do again?
If your team gain life this turn, create 2 1/1 warrior creature tokens.
Yeah, the partner creature sacks creatures, I think.
Yes, sacrifices and draw cards and puts counters on itself or something like that.
Are we playing Resplendent Angel as well?
Resplendent Angel. It's 3-cost angel that does something.
And you can mix tokens to sack.
Angels to sacrifice. We did it.
Resplendent Martian.
All right, Righteous Valkyrie's in there. Nesting Grounds. Again, we might do something with like Nesting Grounds, for example. But again, right now, Angels.
Angels.
Specifically, want to cover the Angels. Get Resto in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Resto Angel seems really good.
Yeah.
So go be an Angel is hilarious.
Yeah, we can play it if we want.
Safara.
Safara's just so. Is it actually that easy to cast? Yeah, it probably is.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
No?
I can assure you it's not that easy to cast, but it's not bad. It is your redundant, indestructible protection, although worth noting it does not protect you from damage-based board wipes.
Yep.
Because if she dies, because she doesn't give the other things indestructible, everything else just dies to state-based effects after. Seraph of the Scales is interesting because it helps you with loops if you want to do them. Also, the art's great, so like.
Art is really good.
Sarah Paragon?
Sarah Paragon. It's okay. We can do that one.
Card advantage.
Yeah.
Is your emissary?
I like Sarah Emissary. Sure, if you want to.
I mean, we're just going to always choose whatever's relevant after
Of course.
we reanimate.
Again, it's assumption of how you get into play, right?
We have blood tokens.
Yeah, well, so my thing about playing the Angels deck is that it's extremely mana intensive, even with Shulkinkar.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you have to, like, okay, you have to play your creature, sacrifice your creature, then activate the blood to get the things into the graveyard. Then you need to sacrifice more creatures to get more blood until you pay 3 mana then to reanimate all of them. It's just extremely intensive, like, extremely mana intensive.
Are we playing a 4-mana 1/5?
No.
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Are we playing a 2
We played
mana
a-
03?
No. I would like my Angels to actually do things.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we're on the same page here.
Actually doing things relevant. Twilight Shepherd's interesting.
Twilight Shepherd is interesting. We'll probably put it in for now.
It's not great, but again, bringing up the fact that we do have Solemnity in the deck for the time being, how that interacts with Solemnity does give you an infinite sack outlet. That makes you infinite blood. If you're using Shulkinkar to do it.
Youthful Valkyries probably one we gotta consider.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Youthful Valkyrie should be in the deck.
And unfortunately, Zamriel is not good enough here.
Wojek Investigator maybe?
Wojek. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. I think we have our Angels creature base. I don't think we're really missing anything super important. Well, I guess, did we put Steel Seraph in?
No.
We did
I don't
not.
think so.
We might want Steel Seraph. Just because it's a 3-cost or 6-cost angel, depending on what we need. It is not great, and I would put it pretty early on the cutting block if we do end up cutting a bunch of these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Archangel of Thune. I don't know if we are gaining enough life for Archangel of
I
Thune.
think we are.
We have a few ways of gaining life in here for sure. But, like, it will get better if we have, like, some of the traditional aristocrat stuff, but I think, given that we have 38 angels we're considering at the moment, like, do we have space for any aristocrat stuff? Or are we literally just angels.beat?
I think we're Angels.beat. That has board wipe protection. Like...
Sure. Okay, then. So we are playing a more traditional black-white stompy style deck. Okay, these are the types of decks where I really like figuring out the mana base and the card draw. Because the interaction suite's going to be a part of this as well, but... yeah, sure. Black Market Connection's good.
It does also just make an angel.
Yeah, it does. Makes a 2 toughness angel that you can sacrifice. This is a deck that does care about the graveyard and is trying to do its thing. We do get Thief of Blood in here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Ripples of Undeath is very good in this deck. We love MDFCs in this deck as well, so Witch Enchanter and Boggart Trawler are very good. Wrong witch. You did the right witch for the meme, though.
Which witch?
Bogbird.
You get
Right?
Boggart. Bog, Grat. Boggart Trawler. There we go. We love that guy.
We do. It also bogs Ethan.
His nesting grounds do.
I can leave.
Nesting grounds is probably fine. Idol of Oblivion. I don't know about Idol of Oblivion. I do get the idea of what you're going for with it.
I don't like it though.
Yeah, because it's kind of like saying, hey, every creature in my hand has cycling for its mana cost, which is like, well, why wouldn't I just want it in play? Angel of Suffering, got that in there. Felice, we don't have her currently, and I don't think we want it.
I don't think we
Magus of
want
the
her.
Moat is fine if you want to go on the like Staxy, we're gonna beat you up deck. Moat, Magus of the Moat, both excellent cards here. Alright, going back up the list of recommendations here. Do we run Rampage of the Valkyries? I do not remember what that card does. I believe that is a card that only cares when your creature dies.
Whenever Angel dies, each opponent sacrifices as a creature.
So it makes us a 4/4.
And
makes
it's a Grave Pact, essentially.
a 5-mana Grave Pact. Sure,
Sure.
that's fine. Thematic enough. If it didn't come with the body, it's a no, but it does come with it.
It comes with
Furious Retribution. I don't know about Furious Retribution either. I don't remember exactly what that card does, but I do remember it being like distinctly okay. It's just thematically angels. And Furia herself is not in the deck.
It's a saga. First chapter, create a Sarah Angel until end turn. Angels control, gain tap, destroy target creature, power less than that creature's power. And then the final one is Angels control, get double strike until end of turn. On a 4-mana saga.
Yeah, it's okay. It does kill people, which is fine, but this is another deck that has really bad mana curve problems.
Hey, do you want to help fix that curve? I got a cool mana rock for you.
Sure, go right ahead, buddy.
Inspiring Statuary.
Yeah, this is probably a pretty good Inspiring Statuary deck, because we're not getting rid of our blood tokens too frequently.
Nope. Talking about sacking creatures to cast other creatures, this is another deck that does it.
Yep.
Are we doing Urza's Incubator deck because we were just playing all the angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can be an Urza's Incubator deck. We do need just that amount of raw mana.
Are we a Herald's Horn deck as well?
Maybe.
Let's see, how many do we have? Yes. Just
Yes.
wanted to make sure. Even
Yeah,
if we cut down to
it's
30,
questionable,
to
but-
30, I think we're still a yes on that.
Yeah.
How
it has a
cute are
decent
we
hit
trying to get
percentage.
about removing counters?
Any blink effect would work.
Blinks are
Hex
fine.
Parasite also is 2 life, remove a counter.
It's 2 life and a mana to remove a counter.
You are correct.
So what's our mass flicker like?
Ghostway, Eerie
yeah.
Interlude, stuff like that.
Yeah, Ghostway and Uriel Interlude are the big ones. Additionally, you could do slow blink effects like Teleportation Circle. Those are probably fine to play, at least one of them. It may not be that you want both of them, but
I like
playing,
the,
like-
I think I like the. I don't think it matters. Which one has
here's
better
situation
art?
again. The Book of Exalted Deeds was Spaceless Haven. You could do it if you wanted to. We would have to go a very snow-heavy mana base to make that one function.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think we need to do that.
What is Aether Snap? I am not familiar with what exactly this card does. Aether Snap. Remove all counters from all permanents and exile all tokens. I'm not a big fan of the exile all tokens part of this.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
It's 5 mana for this effect.
yeah,
If this was like 3 mana, then I'd probably do it just because 3 mana remove all the counters. Sure, that's probably something we can do. Not a huge fan of it otherwise.
Just get our no, we don't need our Wrath of God.
We can just do Damn.
Damn. We'll probably play the one that's like 2 mana. What's the double white? Triumph. Is it Triumph of the Words? No.
Double white and Triumph?
No, it's like.
Oh, Vanquish the Horde?
Vanquish.
Sure. I could do that.
Because I think this card is.
It's hilarious to me that Vanquish the Horde has seen very little play ever since.
It should see more play than it does. It's 2 mana board wipe. Like
it really should see more play than it does. But people are very, very farewell pilled.
This is true.
Or extremely farewell pilled.
Do we need to go ahead and add our wastes in at this point?
Yeah, sure. We are definitely a 36 line deck. We don't get to go underneath that. Do we just play the good cards and play Esper Sentinel?
Yes. We are afforded a couple non-angels in the deck. This is one of them.
Patriarch's Bidding. That's an interesting one. Honestly, I don't think we need Patriarch's Bidding, right? Because those go to hand, don't they?
No, they go to battlefield.
It's
It's
just
living death.
yeah, it's living death, but you don't stack any on the board, and it's only the creature type you select. Each player selects.
Yeah, each player selects. Maybe. I'm still like slightly iffy on it because we just have our commander. Does Marionette Apprentice get a pass as a Blood Artist because of the Artifact Clause? Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. I think Marionette Apprentice is just a generically good card, and probably should be in the deck.
Foretell Patriarch's Bidding. I do not recall this card.
There is.
What are you referring to?
I do not know the name of it.
Oh, Foretell Patriarch's Bidding.
There's one. It's like you either get 2 creatures back or you get your entire thing back if you foretold it.
I'm iffy on Patriarch's Bidding. I don't know if I need more situational Patriarch's Bidding.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, it is a redundancy if the commander gets removed. I just don't, because like the way the deck is functioning is more so about just beating down. Like my one kind of complaint about building Shulgungar as a Angels deck is, while it is an Angels deck, it is not a Shulgungar deck. You're not really using his effects much. It is more of just like Angels beats. And I will make that joke as many times as I need to. Fiend Hunter and the White Champion. We definitely wouldn't do Fiend Hunter because we would just use. We could use any number of different ETB things. Like we can work with Skyclave Apparition, for example, if we want just a creature that ETBs and does the thing. Although I'm not sure what White Champion you're referring to. Abdel Adrian. Abdel Adrian is a perfectly reasonable card to put in here as a mass reanimation thing. It is also one of the cards that potentially does your blink loops. So if you want to go deep on the combo side of things, then Abdel Adrian is absolutely something that should be in the deck.
Yep.
Abdel with Karmic Guide just kind of lets you go burr.
Yep.
Yeah, you need a sack outlet, but
hello, here's the sack outlet.
Correct.
And the command zone. Whoa.
It's almost like that's good or something.
So we need removal. We need removal. We need some card draw. We have so many creatures. We will be cutting creatures one way or another.
Oh, 100%.
I think we're on less of like, here is support or like creatures that work well with Shulgungar or niche cards that work with Shulgungar, and more so, let's get some staples in here.
Swords Path.
Like, how are we doing on our artifacts? I know you had some of our rocks in there.
Yeah.
We don't have Felwarstone in here.
Felwar. We probably could use the Orzhov Signet, Talisman of Hierarchy.
Yeah. Well, Talisman's already in here, so we got that one.
Goodness gracious.
So Felwarstone.
And
Orzhov
Signet. Yep, the Signet.
Yeah, and Due to the issues with the pips in the deck, I don't think we get to be a Dark Ritual gamer.
No.
Even though it's not bad with Shulgengar.
I do think that we're a Marble Diamond gamer, though, with how many white pips are in the deck. We just need them.
As
weird as it sounds, as much as I don't like it, we need white
I mean,
pips.
no, you absolutely have a point. I'm just trying to think if there's a better option. Because, like, this is one of the situations where you could play, like, a white catch-up ramp creature, but...
Yeah, don't worry. I already put that in there. Where is
Which
he
one do we
at?
have any?
Boom. I already put
We
it
already
in
have
there.
9 of the White Orchid? Okay, so that was not in my calculations for how much mana we have.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. So... We need some, like, actual card draw.
There's one.
Yeah, that's card draw when we are sacrificing things. And we have black market connections. And we have ripples. Which ripples is questionable, but I like it. At least trying it out. We have 3 board wipes. That's all the board wipes we'll need. Couple of blink effects. We do not have artifact and enchantment destruction in here at all, so we need like Anguish Unmaking and why am I blanking on the name of the other one?
Talking about there was a few I'm
Stroke.
thinking of. Yeah, I
Stroke
mentioned
Midnight.
Stroke earlier. Do we want to go what's the one you have to sack a creature to do as well?
I would prefer not to do any of the ones that require sacrificing creatures. We're paying too much mana for our creatures to sacrifice them.
Okay. I was thinking of Rite of Oblivion, but
How could we forget the most broken white card?
Right's okay. Hey, Trouble in Paris. That's a good card.
Forget it?
Yeah, good card. Play it.
Are we Smothering Tide deck?
Yep.
We're a Tide deck if we want to be. This is one of those decks that does not abuse Smothering Tide because it's a lack of card draw. But, so we get the filtering out of Shulgengar, and we can set things up with it, so yeah, we should play it anyway. We also have the Myriad Apprentice, so it's good use of it.
We're not playing Wedding Ring as much fun as Wedding Ring is.
Felia for Blink. I don't know if we're going to Felia.
As much as I want the cute little corgi in the deck, probably not.
Yeah, because the other thing is, I actually don't know how much Blink we actually have. Or like much, like we have some creatures that are blinking in the deck. Honestly, how much like ETBs? Like, how many ETBs are we actually doing?
Not enough for it to matter.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking that things like maybe Guardians of Europe is going to end up coming out. But it's a 3-mana angel, so I don't really want to cut that.
Mm-hmm.
Inspiring Overseer. Probably cut that one.
Yeah, we probably can, but it is again a 3-mana angel. It's like, can we just scroll down to curve real quick?
It's bad. Well, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
3.66 is still really high, especially considering we have a 5-cost commander.
What's the 8-mana spell we got? That's
Absent.
The one we're never cutting. Period.
Okay, 7 drops. Let's go down. Platinum Angel, I think we cut. And then we cut Platinum Angel pretty easy.
Sure, that's fine.
Angel of the Ruins is good. Bruna is the meld, funness. Safara.
She can be 1 mana at times. She's fine to keep. She
Sarah's
is a protection creature. Like, we want those. Sarah's Emissary is a protection creature who also is probably fine to keep. Honestly, all these 7 drops are good. If we cut any of them, it's Angel of the Ruins. But that is Artifact and Enchantment hate, and also an angel that puts itself into the graveyard for the reanimation stuff.
And also 2-drop land.
It does.
And it's also a 7, but
I think Angel of the Ruins stays. I think it's just
the curve is better than Herigast. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
yes.
Not wrong.
That's more to the peculiarities of
Herigast
Herigast, though.
so much value when you do a big old reanimate. So like, I'd like Radiant Solar. This card is insane, personally. Steel Seraph, I guess.
Probably comes out.
I'm not a big fan of Steel Seraph.
It's
yeah,
6 mana.
okay.
Kind of does nothing.
Yeah, it's a 3-mana angel is the only upside there.
if we're not pushing for the combo side of things, I would cut Twilight Shepherd first.
Why not both?
Why not both?
You can cut both. That's fine.
So 5 drops.
All right, so we've got Abdel, Angel Suffering, which is fine. Both Liases, sure. One stops combo,
sure
one
really,
stops.
I
don't know.
I guess they both stop. I don't think we need Shroud.
I don't hate it though, because like you're kind of just dead to Right Zone combo decks, like the Spellslinger style combo decks.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that stops that. I don't love it, but I don't like. I'm not married to it either.
What do we get back? Rebel Arc.
Karma Guide.
Karma Guide.
Yeah.
We do kind of just make infinite blood tokens, which means and infinite sacrifice loops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not immediately making infinite mana, which I guess is a point to bring up whether or not we should have Pitiless Plunderer in the deck. But again, if we're putting like Pitiless Plunderer into the deck, now I'm looking at that Twilight Shepherd again. Like,
I think all the rest of these are fine at 5. Go to 4s. Are there any 4s?
there's nothing I would immediately cut in the 4s.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, like the worst thing in the 4s is like Sarah Paragon.
Yeah, we could cut that one if we're trying to get space.
But that's like a perfectly reasonable card as well. So it's
agree.
Oh no, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Also, if I remember correctly, it enters with a counter, and if we're doing this whole like ability to remove counters things to keep our stuff around for longer, then that helps.
Sarah Paragon?
Yeah, or does it give the ability to the thing? I cannot remember.
It comes back with a counter, I believe. Let me double check. No,
it just gives it to it.
It gives it a stack ability to it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little more iffy.
Yeah, I
mean, it lets you play lands from graveyard and other smaller creatures, but we don't have that many 3s, so like I'm cool with cutting it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if any of these 3s go.
Yeah, honestly, I think we need
a single
3s.
one of them does.
We need our creatures, and we need. Well, I guess we do have quite a bit, but
I mean, it's where the curve probably wants to sit at for this. Mm-hmm. So it's a very reasonable curve.
Yeah.
How many cards do we have right? 99? How many more cards do we need cut for interaction?
Not that much for interaction. We need more card draw, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Guardian of the Great Door, as much as I meme about it.
Good. Is there a way... Like, so again... Okay, so I'm going to advocate for Pitiless Plunderer here. As Pitiless Plunderer ends up kind of being card advantage when you squint at it.
PITI.
Mm-hmm. Let's get the Pitiless Plunderer in play, right? The benefit of sacrificing an angel to get you a bunch of blood tokens. Then you immediately get a treasure that you can use on the blood tokens as card advantage or card selection. It's not great, and it just works well with what the deck's trying to do anyway. So it's not perfect though, because this is not an aggressive creature, which is what this deck wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it still has its awkward elements.
I feel like we need one more card draw spell though.
Oh, I agree.
Do we just want like an instant sorcerer that draws cards, or you want in like a staple on a permanent draw card?
I'd like repeatable card draw if we can get it.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what I would do for it. Needs something.
I mean, are we a Phyrexian Arena deck, or is that a card just not a card you?
I mean, Arena's okay.
It's okay.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it here.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that's potentially better as like a repeatable card engine, because like we do have access to black, so well, Phyrexian Arena is kind of the simple, easy, continuous draw cards. I'm trying to think if there's something that does like 2 or 3 cards. We could do like Necrodominance if we wanted to, but I don't think so. Is this the Skullclamp deck? I would really rather not. It might be though. Oh yeah, we're also We don't have boots in here, do we?
No.
No.
We are definitely a boots deck.
I don't think we're an actual factual reanimate deck. We are a dark Earth deck, though.
See, that's the thing. I'm not sure we actually are a dark red deck because it just pays for the generic costs for most of our angels. It does help with getting some things down early, though, so it's not the worst.
That's my main thing. Also, it gets our commander down a lot easier because
True.
it's like really hard to want to pay the double black pip and not just use that for generic costs elsewhere.
Sure. Okay. Sanctuary Warden's bad card draw, but that's an option. Okay, so somebody had mentioned something a lot earlier was like Voldaren Bloodseeker, I think it was. What do you do again?
Voldaren Bloodcaster?
Sure, Bloodcaster.
Yeah. Whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform it. At the beginning of combat on your turn, one target blood token becomes a 2/2 black creature with flying and haste in addition to its other types.
Nah.
Nah.
It does at least give you the option of doing things like making a blood, turning it into a creature, sacrificing it for Shogungar stuff.
So,
But nah, that doesn't quite do what we need.
if it made it like an angel, which would be hilarious, then
Yeah.
I'd be considering it. So then you net a blood each combat.
Let me see if I can find some other random, just like card draw effect. No, can't really do Divine Visitation. We have Trouble in Paris, which is really good that we have that.
We're putting in
Are we a
as well.
Smuggler Share deck?
Smuggler Share. We could be a Smuggler Share deck.
I think
We're just
we're
getting
a
card
Smuggler
advantage
Share deck.
and ramp advantage. It just kind of fits that bill.
Yeah, it kind of hits both angles. I was thinking a little bit about the y'all and me. I don't really care for a lot of the like holding even or catch up mechanics in white. I prefer to actually like get ahead of my opponent if I can help it. But I was thinking about that 4 mana as a Keeper of the Accord.
Yeah.
As a potential option, but I would rather not do Keeper of the Accord. I would rather do like Smuggler Share.
I'd much rather do Smuggler Share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we also should cut another land in favor of the removal spell MDFC. What is the name of that? Fell the Profane? Yeah.
Fell the Profane.
Yeah. We should play that.
Yeah, card's just
Bad camera. Come back to me.
Man, this cycle of MDFCs is just actually insane.
Yeah.
Almost
I need
every
to
single
put
one of them's playable.
I need to put Sink into Stupor in my Eris deck later. That card's just kind of
Oh yeah, Sink into Stupor is good.
That card's just good.
Yeah.
I actually really like the creature one as well in blue. Hydroelectric Specimen.
It redirects spell ability.
I like my green elf that draws me a shit ton of cards.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good.
I think that one's a good one as well. I'm a big fan of if you're gonna have an MDFC where you're like, I would rather have a land or a spell. I would rather my spell be something that my cards don't get to do very often. Like I'm usually not going to include them in my deck. That's why I actually like Boggart Trawler more than I like Felda Profane. Because if I'm in a black deck, I have plenty of targeted removal effects.
Yep.
I don't have that much Grave Hate.
Yep.
You have
And also it's a creature to sacrifice, so.
You have Bojukabog. And that is
Bojukabog.
2 cuts and then fill out mana base.
2 creatures.
Yeah, it's gotta be creatures.
We want the horse-specs. We could, Midnight Reaper's also another suggestion, but I think
we can cut a 3-drop creature.
Okay. Inspiring Overseer is the most mid, or Holy Cow technically is the most mid. All right.
I mean, it is, but we want the meme apparently, so we're gonna keep the meme.
Okay.
Inspiring Overseer.
I'm cool.
Actually, hold on. Before you cut the Inspiring Overseer, all right. As mid as it is, it's an ETB draw card, and we have multiple blink effects.
That's true.
Yes.
True.
I actually think I would probably start with either Metropolis, what's its name, or what about Wojak? What's Wojak getting us? again. If we have fewer cards in hand, we get to investigate.
Yeah, I think I'm
Oh.
doing that.
4 butt. 4 butt's nice.
4 is nice.
Metropolis, whatever.
Yeah, Metropolis gives us hexproof, and whenever it's dealt damage, we gain that much life. It's a 2/3? Yeah, we can cut that one.
Got it.
The hexproof will sometimes come up and be relevant. Resplendent's fine. Wojek's probably fine.
Force.
Merchant's fine.
Merchant's fine. Resto's fine. Seraph of the Scales is...
Seraph's iffy.
I'm cool cutting Seraph.
I'm cool.
Yeah. The one thing I like about it is it's 4 mana, 5 blood, spread across multiple bodies. But yeah, it's fine. We can cut that one.
I think it's gonna cut.
Okay. Then let's get these lands done. So I'm going to start reading off of just like EDH rec for generic mana to get it started. Yeah, Scrubland. Let's get Command Tower.
Yep.
Martial Arts. Yeah, you want to get those in there.
Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Godless Shrine.
Exotic Orchard. Said Godless Shrine.
Godless Shrine.
Can do Vault of Champions.
Vault of Champions for sure. What is the one from Innistrad from recently?
Oh, Shadowy Backstreet.
Ooh, the Surveil one, yes.
Or talking Shadows of Innistrad. Sorry, I've got the wrong one.
I was thinking Shattered Sanctum.
Yeah, you're thinking Shattered Sanctum. Excellent card and excellent name for this deck.
You have an excellent name for this deck?
Hmm?
You say you have an excellent name for this deck? Is that what I heard?
Oh, Shattered Sanctum would be a good name for the deck as well. But
yeah.
There we go.
No, I'm just gonna keep calling it Angel Beats.
We're gonna put this.
Ooh,
in
the new vault, sick. Tainted Field, I think it's sick. That one's great.
Yeah, Tainted Field's good.
Isolated Chapel's probably also another one we probably want to put in there.
Yeah, we can do Isolated Chapel. We can also do Caves of Koilos.
Yep.
Is that in yet?
I think we're looking at the same page right now, Jason.
Maybe.
Maybe. Are we a Fetid Heath deck though?
Fetid Heath.
I think it turns a black mana that we have some into double white, which I think is actually relevant here.
Yes. I do think we are a Fetid Heath deck, even though I'm not a fan of Fetid Heath.
Are we a Orzhov Basilica deck? Because card advantage is card advantage.
It works okay with the blood, but also, like, not really.
I say at least we're a silent clearing deck, though, because we have enough life getting kind of offset the little pinks.
I love Silent Clearing. That card, all the Horizon lands are horribly underplayed in Commander.
I would agree with that.
Yep.
Are we a fast land, concealed courtyard kind of deck?
No. Because unless it comes,
I
don't think we can afford for it to come in tapped later.
Which one?
The fast land.
Oh, yeah, this deck's not trying to really...
I didn't think
it
so.
wants to do early stuff, but doesn't really get to do early stuff, is the weird thing. We can be Cavern Souls and, like...
Secluded Courtyard, Unclaimed Territory. We count those three.
Mm-hmm. Well... Yeah, I guess it's okay.
Maybe we cut one of those, then it's going to be the Unclaimed Territory, because that's the worst one for sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are we definite tap duels, like Sunlit Marsh and Snowfield Sinkhole? Are we going that deep on the duels, or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
In that case, let's go
I
ahead.
We're at 18 lands. We can get a couple of, like... So we get to play black utility lands, which is awesome. Like, we get to play Takanuma and Castle Lockplane.
Mm-hmm. Are we playing Urborg?
Urborg 2 and Yalakmoth?
It's just free. It's literally free. Might as well.
I don't view it as free because it can help your opponents, but fair enough. If you want to play it, that's fine. So Castle Lockthwain, and that one is Locth. Then we get Takanuma. We have not gotten Takanuma. How do you feel about Haunting Voyage? I'm not a big fan of Haunting Voyage because it's just like an okay card, but also we don't need more of that. We have so many creatures.
Yeah.
Like, I'll double check just to be 100% sure I know what card you're referring to, because I believe this is the weird Patriarch Spitting sort of card. So it's 6 mana sorcery, choose creature type, return up to 2 creature cards of the type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the spell was foretold, return all of them instead, and you pay 7 mana off of the foretold. Yeah, like we could just do Patriarch Spitting, and we don't even have Patriarch Spitting right now, do we?
No.
No.
Yeah, so we don't need a
But the
Hunting Voyage.
Hunting Voyage is at least one-sided, so that's the upside
It's true.
to it.
Yep.
Just now 11 basics.
I would also argue this is an Ancient Tomb deck.
I can see it, yeah. Ancient Tomb, and then probably like 7 plains, 3 swamps.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe even 8 planes. The awkward thing is with the Tainted Lands and Castle Lockdown, you do want.
We have enough duels to help kind of with that a little bit.
Yeah, we do have some. Typically, you have fetches to enable it as well, but we're low on the fetch count, which is perfectly fine by me because I don't need so many tutors. Thank you.
Speed my games up, please.
So we just need 3 more lands in here.
We need the 3 swamps, and we're good.
Yeah, 3 swamps. Okay, yeah, we'll do 3 swamps. Maybe make some adjustments in a second here.
We're playing enough named lands.
No Field of the Dead.
It is still good with our commander.
Yeah, it's fine. I would say that if you're going to do that, you would want to split your basics.
That's what I was about to do.
That's fine.
Field of the Dead, get rid
Shiso
of
is in the
Shiso.
deck.
Yeah.
We just go down to 4 snow covered plains, 3 plains, and then 2 snow covered swamp, 1 swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do.
Let's forget this.
Was it Alt 2? Yeah.
3 there, 2 snow cover or 2 plains. It's 5 total. Add an extra.
Need 1 swamp then.
Is it Alt 1? No.
1 basic swamp. Yeah.
It's 1.
I mean, also at that point, then. Oh yeah. Do we have a Ganjo in here?
No.
Do we really want a Gotcha though?
I don't think we really want
Different
to
unique named, and it's a white lane.
It is. Yeah. I guess we can go down a snow covered plain.
Or just a plains. It doesn't really matter.
Just a plains. It
Well-
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a Ganjo Seed of the Empire, I believe is the correct one for this one.
There we go.
Yeah, there's also something to say of maybe playing the Razor Tide, whatever that MDSC is called, but we don't have to.
I think we're.
I
think we're okay here.
I like this one more. Yeah. All right. So
And this
we
chat
have
is why Field
ourselves.
of the Dead is ubiquitous in all commander decks because it is
It's
so
like it's a
easy
really
to
good card
fill
or
the mana
something.
base for it.
That's not
It
too
is.
hard to.
It takes no thought.
Can you scroll down and look at the split on the mana? I'm a little concerned that we have too many black sources. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I would recommend removing the Tainted Field
Okay.
and
Plains.
just for the consistency on that one. We do want another white source. Just some type of white source
Here we
in
go.
here.
I put a plains in.
Sure, another plains is good. Do we have anything that's pure colorless or a
So
little
that's the
too-
ancient tomb, which we're never.
So we have Ancient Tomb, Nesting Grounds, Field of the Dead. And nothing else
we
is
can
pure
cut the
colorless.
unclaimed territory if we want to.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I mean, even just having it as like a basic plains is fine by me if we want it to be. It could also be another rock potentially.
I mean, if you want to go to
And what
35 lands, that's not.
Yeah, probably need to stay on 36 lands with this one. This could also just be the MDFC if we wanted it.
The other white MDFC.
Yeah, the Razor Tide, whatever it's called. I don't know. I got one like right next to me. Hold up. Razor Grass Ambush. Which gets us another removal spell, potentially, if we want it. It is definitely the weakest MDFC here.
It's basically free for deck building constraints here.
If you are going to go out of your way for the Field of the Dead,
Yeah.
in particular, then I view it as relevant. If not, then no.
Because, like, our only other pure black lands, I guess we can cut Urborg and add a Plains in. But it is another.
I see, like, I don't want to go up more land. Like, we're at that weird tension of if I was going to start adding more lands, like building to optimize for Field of the Dead, I would start looking at more fetch lands, but I don't really want to do that. So I think we kind of just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine. I think this deck is a serviceable Angel Stompies deck.
You know what?
Yep. Any thoughts?
It's Angels. It's Stompy.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
It do the Unga Bunga, but in a different color than the normal Unga Bunga.
Yep.
And they say, "Oh, I want all my toys again," and fix them back up.
Yes, indeed. Hey, you broke my thing. I'll fix it. All right. And I think with that, we're good for the night, guys. Everyone's good. Everyone had a good time.
Yes.
Yep. I think we're
Cool.
good.
Outro times. So, thank you all once again for watching another episode here. Well, it's not Wrinkly Brain EDH, and I was about to go straight into that outro.
Hey, stop spoiling things.
Might
We're
as
trying to bring
well
that
be
back.
at this point, Jason. Let's be real here.
Hey, now my computer's fixed again. We can actually start working on the Wrinkly Brain podcast again.
So, welcome to. Thank you for watching another Smooth Brews EDH on this one. If you like our content, be sure to keep watching us. I know most of you guys probably already watch our content that we release every Saturday, but if you want full gameplay videos, we do everything from like randomized commanders, event stuff, to full power CEDH like we did this week. And if you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend it because you have two very interesting decks in there that, well, one of them's Nadu, so you can have fun with that.
One of them is a dumb bird that's arguably in contention for getting put on the ban list.
Yeah, I can feel it.
It's pretty early on, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's the Paradox Engine argument,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
in a different way. But either way, if you want to hang out with us, follow us on social media, talk to us, or you can join our Discord. We have game nights every Saturday, so if you like the decks that we're playing, hey, I usually bring my deck that I played in that video, so if you want to play against it, just ask me. You want to support us financially, we have a Patreon. You can do with that what you want. This has been Jason, Ethan, and Matt. See, I'm really getting into like
he's
the
about to say
Wrinkly
Cameron. He's about to say Cameron.
I'm about to.
I wish I was
like-
as good as Cameron. Let's be real here.
Amen to that, brother.
All right, thank you all for watching. See you next time.
Alright.
Adios.